March Madness really opens up today. And we begin with West Virginia and Maryland. Quite a matchup, an 8-9 matchup here in Birmingham with Alabama, Texas A&M, Corpus Christi. Next up on the floor, it's wonderful to have everyone with us. Hello, friends. Jim Nance, Grant Hill, Bill Raftery, Tracy Wolfson. Here we go. Little quadruple header day for us courtside. I love it. And we start out with a very good matchup. 8-9 out of some very big conferences.
Yes, we do. And Bob Huggins, like all his teams, West Virginia plays that stingy defense, force turnovers, crash the glass, and they must use their depth to wear out Maryland.
Offensive rebound, too, and of course the mix and match on the other end, the complex matchup zone for Kevin Willard.
All right, Rams, I can tell you're psyched and ready to go, and so are these two teams. And look at all the experience we have in these lineups, fellas. All seniors on the floor to begin for the Mountaineers, and Maryland also. A lot of years of action. 2 graduates, 2 seniors, and 1 underclassman. Okay, here's some keys to the game presented by Great Clips.
Yeah, West Virginia must attack the rim, so good at drawing fouls, and guard your man. This Maryland team heavy on isolation.
I'm not Rod Stewart, but forever young. Get him the ball. Of course, the defense of Maryland. Complex.
The officials, Groover, George Young, and Rod Stewart's attorneys on the phone right now. Would like to talk to you, Raft, about that impersonation. Here we go. We're underway with the Mountaineers getting the opening tip.
Here we go. Jim Nance and Grant Hill. Right now. No, it goes straight up.
Mountaineers 19-14 on the year. There's a shot in the lane, and it's dropped by Matthews.
Okay. Attacks. Drives it well. Very active.
Well, Maryland did not lose a single Big Ten conference game at home this year.
Look at is young now. They do a little curl on the baseline. Hart hits the rim out of Philly.
Wow. Team Hart, what a drive. As they both score on their opening possession down the floor, we go now with West Virginia.
Choking kind of pressure, having them use some time. Key, I think, Grant, he might have been re-stand on the floor. Can't fall.
Because zone protects him a lot of times. The zone also gets very wide. You got to attack that center if you're West Virginia.
And then they can rebound, too.
Looking for a second basket. That shot way too far and chased down by Mitchell. Never touched the rim, so they got 5 to shoot. Stevenson knows it now.
It's in the right hands.
And that one also all air. That's going to be a shot clock violation.
Once again, that zone, as you like to say, they play with man-to-man principles there, but so wide and so aggressive there. And obviously, Kevin Willard implementing that with his team to success.
Handling the ball now, Jameer Young. What a season he had.
Carry on the floor, too. These guys got to make some shots. Dribble drive, they look to find the corner jumper. Huggins very concerned about that.
Gary. Stevenson on him now, dumps it off.
Scott really good with the bounce, like to spin out of this thing.
Scott into the paint, fights for it, and gets it.
And Raph right there, 4 dribbles backing down. You have to get some help at some point. West Virginia's staying attached to the shooters early on.
This is Kedrian Johnson handling the ball at this end for West Virginia. Stevenson.
And what this does, Jim, it makes you really pry and work to get shots like that.
Wow, did he pry?
And the matchup very confusing. You don't see it often. Got to be a lot of ball movement, a lot of cutting, particularly that foul area.
So Stevenson, who averages 16 a game, worked hard to find that basket.
Look at the show here on the double. That's their game right there.
Yeah, Young, a little while with the throw, and here come the Mountaineers going back outside with it. Johnson works the baseline. It's not there. Spelman.
He's
for the moment. Yeah, right back. Johnson. That's a 3.
How about that?
Adrian Johnson, known as a defensive specialist early in his career, has improved mightily on the offensive end.
His scoring average was up 6 this year off of a season ago. Now Young.
Nice hesitation, blow by.
And Johnson reached in.
Get back to Johnson. This kid shoots 38%. I mean, really, excuse me, 30% from 3. Really good at the stop and knock down shots and enjoying it. Why not? Early in the morning in Birmingham.
Come back out. Stevenson stole it and then rotated to try to get away, and he is denied as he was looking to dunk it.
How about the hustle to get back in the game? This kid hunts shots. He is not up for a little trip there, a little small change on carry. Both teams really pride themselves on the defensive end. This is a nice read on that baseline out of bounds, but right here, this is one of those deals that, for some, now you were a dunker. Why can't you protect it?
Well, he got hit on the arm right there. That was a foul. But I'm impressed that he got his feet together. He was going for it right there. Stevenson, known as a shooter, trying to show a little lift on that play.
I got a hold on carry.
That's 2 quick ones on carry in a matter of a second.
And that hurts them drastically because he opens up things with that jumper at 3.
Well, also, too, I mean, Maryland, a top-heavy team. I mean, their 5 regular starters account for a great deal of their minutes. So shooting and also just his defense is going to be an adjustment here.
Going to have to bring in Martinez, who's a transfer from Utah. Coach Willard.
I think the shot clock trying to straighten that out. They have 3 guys over 30 minutes, to your point. And a lot of guys in the high 20s, too.
I mean, typically that zone, it protects you, keeps them out of foul trouble. But like you said, Carey out with 2 early.
Shot of Willard there. Amazing how many great coaches came out of Seton Hall. Stagger and a slip by Bell.
Bounce pass, trying to get it down low to Bell.
Nice double.
All over.
Nice pass, too.
Yeah, found a man underneath, and it's delivered by Mitchell.
Oh, great patience by the big guy.
Yeah, Jimmy Bell with the assist. He was doubled up and had to fight through it.
Bell really works on the defensive end. He knows Reese's are going to hurt him there. He's going to jam up on cutters, help out.
Hart, where the opening basket for the Terps, and there's off of West Virginia. Best Coke ever? Take a taste and see for yourself.
Change the call. Yep. Stevenson with great hands. And this is something about West Virginia. Very active, always in the right spot. Dig them when they have to. You can just see there, Grant, just excellent help.
That's West Virginia. That's what we know. They're going to be in there. No casual passes. Got to have strong catches right there.
It went right off the knee after Stevenson. Ball knocked it out and off the knee of Reese. So here's West Virginia on a 7-0 run.
In this zone, sometimes they switch to man-to-man after the first pass. So tough to read.
Stevenson tapped out underneath. That's going to go the other way. They're going to get Bell.
Stevenson not shy at all.
You said that with a degree of jealousy. Did Mike really strangle your offensive game? I mean,
well, he's retired now, so he might be listening. So I got to be careful what I say.
First on Bell.
Stifle would have been a better one.
And there's Hart, and that got deflected.
Nice early drag screen.
Mitchell, quick pass.
They're doing a nice job with the extra look, Jim.
Matthews, oh, that was up high. With the rebound is Young.
Great balance, West Virginia.
Been a while since the Terps.
And this is what they do best. Got to lock that pivot foot, and you got to post and help the guy out.
Haven't scored in quite a while, giving up 7 unanswered. Now driving in. There was nothing there as Young was shut off underneath. Now Stevenson races at the other end, scores with the left hand.
And right now Stevenson not really shooting his 3, hitting to the basket, having success, showing his game.
He plays hard, though, keeps busy. Terrific cutter.
It's a 4-minute drought for Maryland.
Gotta get Reese involved. He's too important to this team for Maryland.
Now Reese. And there's the quick hands by Johnson.
Well, they are just attacking here. Nice help by Reese, though.
The 2 shots coming out of the break. West Virginia with 5 field goals from 4 different players. And Maryland's committed 5 turnovers as we reach the first break. Game 1 of 4 today in Birmingham.
Does it get better than never getting lost? Does it get better than not parallel parking yourself?
Alexa, ask Smart Feed to feed the dog.
Does it get better than feeding your dog from 50 miles away? Yes, it does. At Buick, we see a future that's even better. Because the life-enhancing innovations you've never even dreamed of, Buick is dreaming of them every day.
You went all out, Sam.
Use my Capital One Quicksilver card to get 1.5% cash back for Spike's debut. Y'all ready?
Oh, it's on.
Oh, well, you couldn't call a cab.
Telemarketers make better calls.
Hit the gym because your calls are weak.
Read the hotline for me.
Is this your phone? Do the right thing. Retire.
You, and especially you. Out of here.
I ain't going nowhere. Security, I really don't know these dudes.
We stopped by the concession stand on our way out.
Big New Yorker. Mini basketball. Let's go. Get more pizza. We're bringing big back. The Big New Yorker from Pizza Hut.
Corner booths, sticky floors, catching rides and second winds. You never forget the way some things taste. Great taste, 96 calories. Tastes like Miller time.
Targets are on site.
Were you followed? No. Do you have the assets? It's all here, as we discussed.
I'm in position.
Should we get some lunch? Sounds good. Famished.
If you're an undercover agent, you need to be undercover. And if you want to save by bundling home and car insurance, you need Geico.
We're out to get out of there.
In pursuit.
See how much you could save by bundling with Geico.
Bowser's on his way. You have to evacuate. We are going to stop that monster.
How? Look at us. We're adorable.
Let's drive.
I got this. Watch live men's games on your computer, phone, tablet, or streaming device with NCAA March Madness Live. Scan the QR code now to download. And right now, let's go over to Tracy. Hello, Trace.
Hello, Jim. Jameer Young was Kevin Williard's first transfer when he got the job. It was a chance for Young to not only return home and play for his dream school, but also have the opportunity to make it to the tournament, something he grew up watching as a kid, but also be the father figure once again to his three younger siblings, including 14-year-old Nyla, who is a huge basketball fan and player. He makes time to go to her practices, to train her, to attend her games. She is not here. She's in school, as she should be, but she's hoping they get a win so she can be back here on Saturday and watch her older brother.
Okay, well, thank you, Jameer. He played 3 years at Charlotte, and he went home to Matha High School, just right down the road from the campus.
And of course, his teammate, Justin Moore, Dickinson in high school.
Johnson, first of two.
Pretty talented high school team.
Not bad, huh? Well, that area's had some great players, present company experience.
2 for 2 at the line. Did you ever consider going to DeMatha, playing for Coach Wooten?
Well, you know, Coach Wooten, they didn't recruit me. You know, I mean, I was too far away, so, you know.
An afterthought. They're going to have to get away. We talked to, goodness.
Collision there.
Gone.
Two guys collided into each other, teammates.
Yeah, that dribble handoff. A lot of times we've seen offensive fouls on this particular play. You roll, and that's just a little lack of communication.
But that's the second foul right there on Kedrian Johnson.
Looked like Kedrian pushed him into his own man right there. And
trying to blow it up a little bit.
Trying to blow it up.
So he goes to the bench, and Joe Toussaint is in now to handle the point. He's a transfer from Iowa. His former teammates, Iowa, also at this site, playing the first game of the evening session against Auburn. So Toussaint, number 5 for West Virginia.
They're getting away from the ball screen, Grant, as we talked in the commercial.
There's a shot in the lane, and it rattles out for Hart. Again, Maryland unable to cash in now for almost 5 minutes.
And they can't get a 3 look either because they're keeping people out of the lane. Stevenson is so busy. He's had a great run lately, right, Grant?
He really has. Last 7 games, 22 points a game.
Stevenson. Rice off the rim, and last touch by Maryland.
Of course, Maryland, great awareness on Stevenson, understanding the scouting report. They're not letting him get off. Nothing clean, nothing easy thus far.
It's an 11-0 run.
Ocampo on the floor kept that baby busy. At a piece, kept it alive.
Now Stevenson backing in on Martinez.
This kid can go. He's going to tap. Looking for a ball screen.
Wants to get in the paint.
There goes Toussaint.
That's a nice stagger.
Scoop shot doesn't drop, doesn't come close. First 2 trips down the floor, Maryland hit buckets. Last 5 minutes, they haven't scored a point.
Ranging them pretty good. Toussaint really leads them to problems. They got the walk. That was all him. Aggressive D.
That's now 6 Terrapin turnovers.
And Raph, you can't against this team go one-on-one isolation, no ball moving. I mean, they're going to wrap you up. Nothing easy to the basket, and you got to move the ball around the perimeter, get that defense to shift, and then attack.
That conference defensively, by the way, incredible every night. Nothing easy. You name the team, they really get after you.
But this team is not the press Virginia that we're accustomed to in years past.
But half court, they're as aggressive. Wouldn't you agree?
I agree.
Automatic switch on the perimeter.
Back to Toussaint.
Empty side. They got the walk.
Yep.
Set it up for him, too. But you can't use a jab crossover move at all anymore, even if it's legal.
Look at this since they, again, 4 points in the first minute, 6 turnovers since. And they brought in now handling the ball, Jahari Long, who was with Coach Willard at Seton Hall for a couple of years, trying to find something to work at this end of the floor.
Doesn't get many minutes, maybe 10 a game. So the control slowed them down a little bit.
Here he is, just fresh in, back of the rim with a 3. Off the bounce, the rebound to Matthews.
I'm not so sure Kevin wanted that jack just out of the gate.
Trying to add to the run. 11 unanswered.
ISO right here.
Stevenson.
Nice. They did a great job during that time.
Toussaint passes up a good look, and he set up Mitchell, and it doesn't go either. So now 6 minutes without a point on the board. See what Maryland can do.
Well, they are so active. Playing on, here's a double on the box and a recovery. Great reaction and communicating.
To the corner, back out around, quick passing to Carey. Back in. Follows his own miss. Gets tripped in the paint. It's going to be on Conquo. Another break with West Virginia on an 11-point run.
Her name is Sadie. I think she might be the one.
Hey, I just met you.
Any word? She ghosted him.
She does travel a lot for work. My God, you're a spy.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. Were you really going to call me when you got back?
Yes, until you texted me 11 times in 2 days.
Emoji stuff doesn't count.
Emoji stuff counts.
Ghosted. Rated PG-13. Streaming soon on Apple TV+.
What happens if you ever need to miss work for a long time?
Why would I miss work?
You sprain your ankle?
Get hit by a school bus.
Get kicked by a horse.
Scurvy.
Plan today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. Mass Mutual.
Next on Behind the Series.
That run with the champ was magical. I mean, the tender chicken, the peppercorn ranch. I love my rings, but I'll cherish that lunch forever.
The Subway Series. The greatest menu of all time.
New Balance. We got now.
New episodes of The Equalizer and East New York, Sunday on CBS.
We have gone mad with ordering vehicles.
vehicles at DeVoe Buick GMC. We have over 300 new Buicks and GMCs available. Make a fast break with great Buick offers like 3.9% APR for 60 months on Envisions, with 2.9% APR for 60 months available on select GMC Sierra 1500s. It's a slam dunk. Don't shoot an airball at other dealerships. Come to the one with guaranteed inventory. DeVoe Buick GMC, 1 mile south of Pine Ridge at Goodlet Frank and Solana Road.
At LMCU, we know your checking account is bigger than just checks. You use it every day. A little here, a little there, and a little extra can go a long way. That's why our 3% max checking account pays you almost $450 extra every year. That's 50 extra inches of HD, 64 extra chew toys, and 32 extra pizza nights, with extra cheese, of course. 3% max checking. A little extra for life's little extras. Earn more at lmcu.org.
Troubles early for Maryland, and Tracy with Kevin Willard a moment ago.
Thanks a lot. I'm back here with Coach Willard, and 6 minutes without a basket there and 6 turnovers. What are they doing to disrupt you early on?
Yeah, their physicality is getting after us. Our hands are active. You know, we got a little nerves going on. I think that's normal. But, you know, the fact that we're playing so bad offensively and we're only down 9 points, it's not a bad thing right now.
Appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much.
You know, I like what he said there. It could have been far worse, and he knows it.
Right. Well, their defense is confusing, so that's part of it. Forcing tough shots.
And then Carey's got foul trouble. Obviously, too many turnovers, points off turnovers for West Virginia. But they're doing a good job defensively, as you said. So they're hanging around. Just got to tune up things on the offensive end.
You never got up early, right? At Duke, and generally with prime time, I'm sure.
Oh, you said it, not me.
Jim, like it's got to be different, I would think.
Here is Martinez. Tapped around, put back Reese. No.
That's the guy they need to do some damage. Free throws a little bit of a difficulty, 54% for him. But he's had a nice end of the year, this kid.
He really has. He's grown up. He's playing much, much better. And obviously, he does have a tendency at times to get in foul trouble. So he's got to stay on the court. But he's got to have an impact here on the interior in this game.
Got a second foul on Jimmy Bell, West Virginia. See what Reese can do with the line.
He's 19 years of age, by the way. Amazing.
19 and looks like a grown man.
Oh, he is a physical specimen. You got to match the intensity, I think, with West Virginia if you want to get back in this game now.
Can't hit from the line either. Identical misses. Now Toussaint still handling the ball with this end for the Mountaineers. They also haven't, by the way, made a field goal in almost 4 minutes. One reason why, as Coach Willard noted, it's not that far out of hand.
Nice defense here. They went, as you noted earlier, they started the matchup, then they followed and played a little man-to-man. Really good. And this is a little bit like Rick Pitino did. And of course, he worked under him. Kevin worked under Rick years ago.
And Jim, to your point, you said, you know, Mountaineers, they're really not a great shooting team. So points in the paint a must, but difficult against this defense.
So you're guarding this kid. You better be ready. He's going to attack. Stevenson
gets the pass over to Toussaint, who buries the 3. Good setup by Stevenson. A splash by Toussaint. He played in 2 NCAA tournament games, 2 NCAA tournaments, I should say, at Iowa.
Running a lot more minutes with foul problems. A quick timeout, Kevin. Trying to get them organized a little bit. They are struggling. Early morning wake up.
Scoring drought now approaching 7 minutes for Maryland.
Ooh, man, you need to trade that in. Nah, I'm good.
Could be great with the AT&T Galaxy phone trade-in. Do the Kentucky thing.
You mean one and done?
That's right.
Or I can stay with this phone, say, 4 years. And when the time is right, I declare I'm ready for the next level of phones.
1 year, 4 year, any condition.
Yes! Yes! Madness loves company. Connect on a new Samsung Galaxy S23 free with the Galaxy phone trade-in. Any year, any condition.
Every day you get to choose. Do I want more? Can I grow stronger? Can I push myself harder? Can I get better? Body Armor Light, more than a sports drink.
Here's a little tip for all you aspiring fishermen. The easiest way to catch wild, humongous, already deep-fried fish is with $5 in your wallet and a brown paper Arby's bag. Arby's, we have the meat.
When disaster strikes, what matters most is getting you back on your feet. And you deserve a company that knows what matters. Belfor, restoring more than property.
There's a new breed of hornet sweeping the nation.
They're so powerful and fast and unlike anything I've ever seen in my hometown life.
These hornets are not natural. They're engineered. They cannot be domesticated.
Are you picking this up?
Let me feel your sting!
Taking the country by swarm. The all-new Dodge Hornet.
You got a team? We got a family. You got an ego? We go to work. You coming for us?
Bob Huggins' Hall of Fame career, 935 wins. Think about it. 935. His team on defense, they've just shut down Maryland now for the last 7.5 minutes.
And Jim right here just trapping that pick and roll right there and taking the ball out of Young's hands and then getting back to their players. And how about the help? 5 guys converge on this drive to the basket. Active hands leading the turnovers. And that's why Bob Huggins has a lot of wins during his career.
41 years in all, 26th NCAA tournament appearance. And look at how many times he made Sweet 16 here in the last 13 years. 8 times. Went into the Hall of Fame, Springfield, just last year. And had as his presenters Jerry West and Rod Thorne. So it's all in the family.
Pretty high hand. This is the first time they've gotten in the lane and Young able to score. You know what they have to do, I think, Marlon? They run a weave without a ball screen. They run a horn set, 2 guys high without a ball screen. And this is what they're used to. And everybody's staying at home in the corner as well. And it'd be disastrous, that cover, when Young gets in the lane and disperses.
Foul on Toussaint. Finally, a point registered. It had been a long time. A couple of breaks we had. I mean, in real time is about 15 minutes. 7:40 on the game clock.
They're giving him room to, though. They don't run it away from him either. He gets it to 10 if he knocks it, makes it.
Maryland just got to chip away every possession.
Well, they got up at 8, Kevin said. Had a little breakfast.
See, I'd like that as a player. Just get up and hoop.
Yeah. Well, that's what you did as a youngster, right?
No question.
Son unloads it to Mitchell.
Staying man on this trip.
Scott on him.
Reese has got to help and then recover. Good job.
7 to shoot. Toussaint.
Nice footwork by Hart.
Over Hart. Oh my gosh. That came down from the rafters.
Absolutely. That came down wet.
He's hit 2 of them now off the bench.
He said it best, Rap. A little dribble handoff into a quick screen and roll.
Double up.
There you go. Now attack or give one.
There you go. Finally a bucket.
A nice deployment.
Reese hits the shot. First field goal in 8:28.
They go the other way with Bell on the discard. Reese sold it pretty good.
Bell, that big body trying to get some space.
This is what you call having your bell rung.
And he's had trouble, guys, with 3 fouls. Jimmy Bell.
Right here, just moving people out of the way right there.
In our neighborhood, that was called a armed discard.
Out he goes. Okonkwo on the floor for him.
This is where Hart is dangerous in that block.
And he can elevate. Nice help. Oh, jump the lane. Pretty.
Mitchell almost was able to get a breakaway bucket. Young knocks Toussaint to the floor. No whistle.
Too much dribbling right here. Nice pump, bite, carry. They need him.
Oh, they got him. He's got the bucket from the corner for 3.
And that'll be there. On dribble penetration, West Virginia is so conditioned to help. You have to find shooters. You got to knock them down. To your point, kind of chipping away, getting back into this.
They beat Toussaint alone. They got to get some other guys involved.
Too much dribbling.
Yeah.
5 to shoot. This is the 2-point shot back of the rim. Okonkwo taps it, but right into the hands. Dante Scott.
Froze in Toussaint's hand. He's got to get rid of it. There's a dribble handoff again. Nice ball fake. And
there goes Young. Blocked from behind, but a foul called on Stevenson.
I'll tell you what, this kid gets in the lane. It's a different team.
First Four coverage of the NCAA Division I Women's Basketball Championship continues tonight, 7 p.m. on ESPN2. For more information on game times and listings, go to ncaa.com. For Stevenson, his first.
And guys, since that last timeout for Maryland, starting to look more like themselves, particularly on the offensive end. If you take away Toussaint's 2 3-pointers, it's a close game right now.
What West Virginia tries to do is get you to rely on individual ability. They take away any format you might have on the offensive end.
And as you said, an experienced team has seen a lot. So good this year in the regular season at home, undefeated in the Big Ten conference play at home. Now starting to figure things out against Huggy Bear.
10-0 mark. What it was at home in league play.
Is a coach's son. Great run at Cincinnati.
And a great coach.
Yeah,
his dad, Ralph.
Yeah, that's right. At Akron, he made the NCAA 14 times at Cincinnati and 11 times at West Virginia. He is a keeper. Wardrobe excluded.
First foul on Hart. It's a Maryland team that actually started the year 8-0 and got ranked as high as 13th. Then they had a couple of losses by wide margins.
UCLA, I was down there for that, Jim. UCLA looked awfully good.
Miami also. There's a bucket.
And that is the spot you have to attack against that zone, that little dotted line area. Mitchell showing his footwork and touch.
Texas to West Virginia.
Yep, Mitchell with 4 points.
Much better analysis right here.
Find the trailer. It's Reese. On with the short shot. Tap back out wisely by Martinez.
Gotta make that. That's a great look for Reese. Again, no ball screen. Little pin down. Dribble exchange. He can shoot it.
Set shot there, Raph. Quick trigger.
The push. You gotta have Hart.
Team Hart. They know he's the X factor for them. Been at Maryland for all 4 years. Out of Philadelphia.
Another Philly guy.
Roman Catholic High.
Mitchell just hit one, not this time. But the rebound bounces out to Matthews and a reset.
I like Matthews' game. What a nice pass there, too. Gotta finish that.
Okonkwo just threw it up wildly.
Normally, he's very good at the net.
Great tennis player growing up in England.
It wasn't his fault.
Oh, I like it.
We're going heavy now. Good interior passing right now.
Oh, Million able to hit the shot and the foul.
A turnaround right here, Grant, huh?
Big time Maryland in control, dominating on both ends.
Wittenberg, oh, it's a long ways. When you have a goal, a dream, and when you never stop believing and loving in each other, you can accomplish miracles.
At Great Clips, you can use online check-in to save time on a great haircut. Making it easy to get camera ready faster, even during the madness of March. Great Clips, official hair salon of March Madness.
Seriously, are rivalries so intense we can't stay at the same hotel? Rodney, Rhodey, Ramses, you're from the same flock. Okay, fine. Marriott Bonvoy has 30 hotel brands, so we'll get Pirate a room at Courtyard, Chip a room at Westin. Blue Devil, you get the presidential suite at the Ritz-Carlton.
Wait. Just because I play for Duke, I'm not picking favorites. Chip gets Weston's heavily bed.
Did I find my new car on Cars.com? Or did it find me? My hands were chilled to the bone. They came with a heated steering wheel. I was lost, but the navigation system brought me here. For goodness sake, from the price to the remote start, it's like Cars.com saw into my soul.
Let me give you another minute, okay?
Cars.com, it's magical.
At Domino's, we took all the best things about pizza and put them on our new crispy loaded tots. Melty cheese, melty cheese. Mouth-watering toppings, mouth-watering toppings. Potato, potato. Try our new crispy loaded tots with your favorite pizza, only at Domino's.
5 to get off a shot. William on the drive. Pull up, pull up!
Follow the path to passion, hope, and history. A tradition unlike any other. The Masters on CBS.
Coverage of the NCAA men's basketball tournament is sponsored by Great Clips, official hair salon of March Madness. Marriott Bonvoy, 30 hotel brands for every kind of fan. And by Dick's. Dick's believes sports have the power to change lives.
Welcome back to Birmingham. And Coach, defensive intensity early, but what do you need to get back to doing as they just made this run here?
Well, we got to guard them better. We got to take better care of the ball. We just haven't taken very good care of the ball. And stop fouling, I guess.
Toussaint has given you a lift off the bench, though. What can you say about his play in this first half?
Well, he's been that way all year. He's been a great bench guy for us, and great practice player, does everything right.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
Thank you.
I watched you both almost fall out of your seats when he said stop fouling, I guess.
Jack Benny.
Yeah.
You could be like, you have no idea, obviously.
Just the deadpan humor?
The humor, you know. Manchester. The old joke with him, he's got a great personality, but he hides it. Well, but charming. Boy, what a keeper as a coach.
Now to finish off three-point opportunity. Well done by Emilian, the graduate student from Toronto, Canada.
Okay, now they go a little full court first time. Usually a little upsetting when you're unaccustomed to seeing it for most of the half. Good handle.
On a 13-2 stretch here for the Terrapins, who turned things around. Only 4 points.
Trying to get it to the foul line. There you go. Now turn. You got to make that or give it up.
Mitchell, no. They had 4 points the first 9 minutes, and now they put up 15 in the last 4. They're looking for more.
I think it's coincided with Bell being in foul trouble on the bench for West Virginia.
Yeah, he keyed the team. No question. He showed big.
There's a shot by Young, and he got the 3. And look who has the lead after that dreadful start. Maryland in front by 1.
How about the patience on the side? Kevin called it. That first interview with Tracy. Almost a turnover. They got a foul line. Martinez.
Well, folks, the final voyage of Jean-Luc Picard and his OG crew has begun. Patrick Stewart stars in the triumphant final season of Star Trek Picard, now streaming exclusively on Paramount Plus. Here's the young 3 that gave Maryland the lead.
And that's the first time really Marty on the cover of the closeout by West Virginia.
Now it's a 16-2 stretch for Maryland as Mitchell on the blocks, waits, gets back.
And I like these last few possessions here for West Virginia, attacking. You got to attack that pressure, that zone, and be aggressive. Mitchell drawing fouls.
Emilian, they really have a lot of size off the bench. He came in there playing bigger with Reese on the floor as well.
Undersized big indeed.
Mitchell got that one. It was 19-8 when Bell went out, to your point, Grant. Went out with his third foul.
It's so important. The anchor to that defense of West Virginia, getting in foul trouble. You see his value now as Maryland getting to the paint, finding their rhythm and groove on the offensive end.
Let's take the lead back at 23-22. They've hit 5 of their last 6 shots as Maryland.
A little side ball screen, a little bit different look this time to get in the lane. Nice block.
That's it blocked by Okonkwo.
He's giving him good minutes.
Put away at the net.
I see a slam. I think West Virginia Matthews has to get involved. Too dynamic and versatile of a player.
They've guarded Stevenson pretty good. Little blur screen or ghost screen, guys call it.
Look at his defense.
Oh, nice gamble here.
Got it right back into the hands of Stevenson. He's got 3 to shoot. Open from the corner. And Mitchell's been getting some looks, not hitting.
Again, they're really solid.
Johnson back on the floor, and he delivers a 3. He's had for a while with 2 fouls.
And that was West Virginia basketball, just scraping it. Blue collar, ugly at times, but effective.
They've hit 4 out of 8 from 3. Adrian Johnson had spent a lot of time on the bench with 2 early whistles. Comes right back into the action and hits. That's off the foot of Young, and that's his fourth turnover.
Jason, you had mentioned, Grant, their ability on the offensive glass is incredible. This kid has given them really solid minutes. A little ball fake, freezes the D.
How about the way he saved it?
Yeah.
Behind the back as he's falling to the floor.
Mountaineers, they turn their 11 offensive rebounds per game into 12 second chance points. It's part of their offense right there. Extra opportunities on the glass.
It's just 3 hours campus to campus, but these two don't meet all that often. It's actually the second time they've met in the NCAA tournament in this building. They met back in '84. Has it this time, driving. Gonna count.
Pretty good reaction, though. Mitchell running the floor. He has been around. UMass Texas kid. It's a big-time effort here. I guess it's over the cylinder, Grant.
Made a turnover here, but did drop his head. Stayed in the play. Almost made a spectacular play. Good team sloppy right now. Not really handling the pressure from both clubs on the defensive end. Again, button down here as they close the half.
This has slowed them down, though, because they're not as fluid against this matchup. Crying. It takes seconds away off the clock.
Johnson goes behind the back. He's still right there on him as Carey.
He's going.
Stevenson falling back. Hits the side of the glass. That's going to be a
jump ball. They call it, so turnover.
3:33 to go in the first half.
We have experience. One of the best in the game and one of the up-and-comers. It's a chess match.
And what if I want to change my plan?
State Farm's here to help.
What if I want to change sports?
Newcomer Chris Paul is maintaining a narrow lead in these final meters. But here comes an opponent closing the gap. 1 foot in front of the other. They are battling it out. And Chris Paul edges ahead. Those are the hips of a champion.
At State Farm, we're there for your what-ifs. Get a quote today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
The future is threatened by enemies often unseen and unexpected. In the midst of an uncertain and evolving world, the need for Marines to defeat these shifting threats is critical because the need to ensure stability for our nation has never been greater. When there are battles to win for America's future, there is one constant: Marines.
There's a reason why it's called a possession. It's not just who has the ball, but the opportunity. From Lexington to Nashville to Columbia, possession means this moment has your name on it. All you have to do is take it. So be ready and don't miss your shot. SEC fans, be sure to stay informed about COVID-19 and a vaccine option at PfizerCovid19.com.
A Corona and palm trees.
a Corona, and calm seas.
And a balm breeze.
And some long knees, strong like a tongue squeeze. You'll say, "Aw, geez," when I make your lawn freeze. Was that good?
No.
Oh.
It was incredible.
Oh.
Lee bad.
Oh.
But this is good.
I shouldn't have rapped.
Sorry, Kenny, we're full. You can ride with them, though.
Are you sure? They don't look too happy about that.
Don't worry, they always look that way. Hope we didn't forget anyone.
Dude, KFC's Double Down is back?
Double down, double, double, double down. Chicken, chicken, bacon, chicken, chicken, cheese. Double down, double, double, double down.
Buy a Double Down on the KFC app until March 18th for early beta access to Diablo 4.
Get complete coverage of the NCAA Division I Women's Tournament on NCAA.com. Well, it's an 8-9 game, so it should be a 2-point game. But it's been a tale of two different parts of this first half. Dominated early by West Virginia. Maryland gets back into it. Got a good game here to start.
We do. We have a great game. A lot of turnovers early for Maryland. And then foul trouble as well has played a role in just finding your rhythm on the offensive end. West Virginia had it early on. Maryland has it now.
The ability to eliminate the ball screen, I think, very important. And you were saying off air, you didn't want a ball screen. You wanted an ISO and take your guy instead of bringing two defenders into the play.
Well, especially when a team is trapping as West Virginia does. But give credit to Kevin Willard and his Maryland team. They've made an adjustment and been able to have some success here on the offensive end.
We've got to get back to basics here. West Virginia, that is. In the gaps. He's very good in here. He's got a little hook game.
Oh, you're not kidding. He set that up.
You know, he took care of him for his body. Beginning of the year, Kevin had a little sit down with him. Hey, look, you want to leave it all out there. You got to adjust that frame. Gain a little more speed and dexterity.
Yeah, he was 250 before Coach Willard had that little chat with him. Trimmed up and big contributions as Johnson back with a bucket of his own.
And riding them too, why not? In touch with the fouls. Again, now they're a little softer with the ball screen, which is going to get Young more involved. Oh, charge.
The other way, Raph.
Yeah, maybe he was in the restraining area. Big upside on this kid's game. Got a little low post game as well.
No question. I mean, great drive to the basket there by Reese, and Mitchell trying to get over a sacrifice, taking a charge, which still against West Virginia, not quite as aggressive, trapping that ball screen. And Maryland able to make them pay.
Julian Reese at the line after the first foul called on Mitchell. They call him Juju. Undersized center, probably looks a little bit more like he'd be playing the 4. Things could be worked out that way, but one of his best games this year was a bit against the biggest 5 that you would find.
And that would be against from Purdue, I would guess.
Yes. Mr. Zach Edey had 19 against him.
With all the knowledge that Grant possesses, he never came up with a scheme to defend against him.
Sometimes good offense is your best defense. Get him in foul trouble.
Tied at 28. The full court pressure applied.
And this is more to retain, contain, use some time, and jar them. This is a good time to go matchup too, I think. Pointing around is
off the hands of Stevenson.
Disruptive, and it worked.
Coming up, AT&T at the half, scores and highlights, the latest NCAA tournament news. It's coming up on AT&T at the half.
Matchup, Dante Scott can put it on the floor. Very good with the ball, can make his own play. So one-on-one defense a must here for West Virginia.
Sitting on the floor now for the first time. They get a nice open look, and all of a sudden Stevenson hasn't had many touches. They're going to get him involved as well. I think this defense is confused a little bit.
Yeah, Jameer Young's done a good job on it.
Here is Stevenson. Getting stuck. Whip it around to Johnson, who hasn't missed. He's 3 for 3, but commits the turnover. Martinez coming out for Maryland.
He can do some things around the rim, too, Martinez. He is an active kid. It does stick with him once in a while because he believes he can take anybody. And he's right.
See, he gave Sumnick a little bump there as he got into the paint to create a little separation. Nice jump hook.
Over the top, they get it. Break that little soft pressure easily to Stevenson with a 3. And a foul.
I think Pryor
away from the shot.
Yeah, on the other side. But right here, he does a really good job of turning his back on you. I don't think he could have done this last year with regularity. Got the ability to use either hands in the rim. He's a dribble spin guy as well. I think actually you can pick up some charges on him when he turns back into you.
That foul was called on Martinez, which gives him 2. With 1:22 to go in the half, and sends Matthews to the line for a 1-and-1. What a story for him. Started his career at West Virginia, played there 3 years. Matthews went to Washington and decided to come back. He's going to stay with the Mountaineers.
I had a chance to visit with him and Coach Huggins yesterday at their practice, and he talked about that. He said the guy just didn't want to be away from me. but too important. Very versatile. Has got to get somehow involved in this game.
Deeply looking for some help. Needs it. Over the top of Stevenson.
Not doing a good job in the middle of that lane either against the zone. That's a tough shot.
Oh, he can hit the tough shot.
He can.
Several of them that he's had to wiggle his way free, and that fadeaway ties it at 30.
Great confidence. Over 30 points against Texas. Watch that game. He can fill it up. And ISO here is going to get an open look for a guy like Carey or Hart. You got to keep him out of the lane. He can be devastating.
Better trap there by West Virginia.
Double up, gets it over to Hart. 3 seconds to shoot. 2 seconds to shoot. Turn around. Yes!
How about that?
Oh, that was Million.
A nice find by Young. This zone has been effective. The 2-2-1. Not in the flow that they would like. He's got to run the show here.
Just a 1.5 differential on the clock. Essentially can take it almost to the end here.
Get the ball to Stevenson in this play.
Nice start by Reese.
Here he is. 5 to shoot. Outside, Johnson. There you go.
A neck ball. Or Bird.
Wedgie. And so watching 8 practices yesterday, this basket right here, watch it as we go through the day. I saw you wedgie about 10 times yesterday in practice. I know something about
it's the composition of the ball.
That end, though. That rim. It kept happening there.
So it's illegal at this end.
There's something going on with that. The dimensions there. Here we go. That's the buzzer. No for Young.
Pretty good comeback right here.
How about being down as much as they were early? Couldn't hit a shot.
Confidence, really.
Able to persevere, and the experience on display for Maryland.
And to make those adjustments. No, got away from the ball screen. We saw one late, but just terrific ball movement.
Let's go over to Trace.
Thanks, Coach. Last time we spoke, you guys couldn't get anything going. What changed down the stretch here to have this lead?
Well, if you've seen us play on the road before, being down only 9 after 10 minutes, that was kind of like, hey, we're only down 9. Sometimes we're down 20, sometimes we're down 16, and this group always finds a way to fight itself back. So I know you were worried, but I kind of was like, oh, it's not that bad.
You are a team of runs. Good luck. We'll see you in a second.
Thank you very much.
There you go, Trace. 19-6, they were down. A 15-point swing the rest of the half. To take the lead at the intermission, we'll send you to AT&T at the half. After these messages, you're watching the NCAA Men's Basketball Championship.
Gaming after work is the only time you can. What would hit the spot right now, you wonder? Savory steak and bacon, grilled cheese sounds like a great plan. Melty cheese and Texas toast will solve your hunger. But you're not as good as you were at 14. Wow, kids online are really mean. Sonic steak and bacon, grilled cheese.
Sonic.
You've
You've earned this, so hold it up high. Clock in for happy hours, late nights, regulars. Because you don't just carry the K, you carry the night. You are a fighter. This is your reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter.
From the #1 rated brand in cordless outdoor power, the Ego zero-turn riding mower with E-Steer technology drives like a car, turns on a dime. And it cuts up to 2.5 acres on a single charge. Exclusive from Lowe's, Ace, and Ego authorized dealers.
Why is Survivor the #1 reality show of all time?
The challenge is on.
Just watch and you'll know. New Survivor, Wednesday at 8, 7 Central on CBS.
Step into your
Right. True Lies, new Wednesday, 10, 9 Central on CBS. CBS presents the CMT Music Awards live Sunday, April 2nd on CBS.
Florida Leather Gallery announces its first ever stressless sell-off. We're slashing prices on all of their overstock seating. Now's your chance to save from $500 up to $2,000. Only at Florida Leather Gallery, home of the famous stressless chair.
It's here, Ford Truck Month. Come and get the best deals on Ford F-150. The only truck to offer available Pro Power onboard and an interior work surface so you can get it all done. All part of Ford F-Series, America's best-selling truck 46 years straight and counting. Now get 0.9 financing for 60 months plus $2,000 bonus cash on a 2022 Ford F-150. Only at your local Ford dealer.
Are you ready to make junk disappear?
I've never been more ready in my life. We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point. Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK. We'll be there before you hang up the phone.
This is AT&T at the half. AT&T 5G. Madness loves company.
We're at halftime in Birmingham, where Maryland leads West Virginia 32-30. Before this game began, Kenny Smith was talking about consistency versus inconsistency, and right now it looks like Maryland is on the right side after having lost 3 of their last 4 games coming into the tourney. Welcome to AT&T at the half. Greg Gumbel, Clark Kellogg, Kenny Smith, Charles Barkley. What'd you see from the Terps late in the game?
Well, early on, they weren't squeezing the orange. I mean, they had 7 turnovers in the first 10.5 minutes. They only had 1 the last 8.5 minutes of that half, and everybody got involved. But it was basically taking care of the ball because they shot it well, 11 of 19 from the floor. Here's Julian Reese doing work. Everybody contributed for the Terps, but it was taking care of the basketball, moving themselves, getting quality shots. Extra pass multiple times, scoring in the paint, 16-12 in favor of Maryland. And Jameer Young, he's the key to the Maryland attack after a shaky start. I thought West Virginia's defensive intensity early really had the Terps on their heels, and then when they settled in and raised their level and took care of the ball, they got to the lead.
It's normally what I call a shake your hand mentality. Sometimes you could be doing all the right things and still be down, and that's what Maryland was. And I watched it. They're down 16-6. But if you look at the defensive pressure right here, you get the trap, the scramble, get back into the defense position here, and all of a sudden, everybody's still locked in. And then you have great coverage here. You're fronting the pros. Freeze it right there if you can. You got the ball pressure all over the floor. There's 5 guys with 10 sets of eyes on it. And then all of a sudden, this guy gets the ball here, and he makes this shot here. What you do is you shake your hand and go, you can't make 10 of those. And if you can't make 10 of those, I'm going to get back into the game. So that, even though it was a possession scored, I said Maryland is doing everything right.
Well, I thought Clark was 100% correct. I love Bob Huggins. He's a tough old bird. The team always takes his personality. They were body-blowing those guys the first 10 minutes, and Maryland had to raise their level. They had all those turnovers, and West Virginia was playing well. But once they adjusted, because sometimes you have to it takes a man like, man, these guys are really big, they're really physical. But once they settle down, I think they got the better team. But listen, those turnovers were killing them the first 10 minutes of the game.
All right now it's 32-30. The tough old bird is down by 2. One other game is underway. Also in the South region, 13 seed Furman, number 4 seed Virginia.
Yeah, this is a comfortable matchup for the Paladins, although early on it was all Cavaliers. Jaden Gardner going to the left hand there. Then Jalen Swanson with a nice take, drew the foul. Alex Williams. In transition, you want to attack a very good defensive team in Virginia before the half-court defense gets set up. And there you see, but Virginia, quality shots, and we've got to, it's tightened up considerably.
Yeah, but Chuck, I always look for a team that you're not used to seeing in the tournament to see if they come out intimidated at all. Furman doesn't look that.
Well, not because Virginia doesn't intimidate you. They're going to play at their pace. They're not going to blow you out. They're going to be methodical. So, but the thing was, I actually felt good about Furman the first 5 minutes of the game because Virginia was actually playing at a faster pace than they normally do. So this is going to be I think it's going to be a dogfight because Furman can really score. Virginia, if you can speed them up, they're always going to have trouble. But like I said, even though they were up like 10 early, they were playing at a faster pace than they were used to.
Yeah, it's an area school as well. You think about, you talk about intimidation. These are the kids that they played against in Virginia, and Furman, rather, have played against Virginia kids growing up. These are the same area guys. So it's not going to be that intimidation in terms of that. And that, we're not a mid-major, kind of feel. And the guys that you've seen kind of pass through your paths and you're playing against now and again, that's what Furman has experienced. However, I do think that there's going to be a difference in terms of education for Furman about ACC play and Virginia and the way they play. It's different when you read about it and they're actually on the court about it.
Yeah, but to piggyback on your point, Greg, you're only intimidated by size. That's like when people talk about mid-majors and things like that, the only difference in these schools is size.
You don't think the moment can intimidate you?
No. Not
in this day and age.
No, not in this day and age.
It's not as much a factor as it used to be.
Because like Clark said, between the transfer portal and guys staying in school longer, nobody's intimidated. But Virginia, as good as programs they got, they don't have a lot of big physical guys. So Furman, I bet if I looked at the numbers, Furman probably got bigger players.
Guys, what will it take to be the last team standing in Houston? We do some digging to separate the contenders from the pretenders. Our findings when AT&T at the half returns after this.
It was me the whole time.
Well done, ma'am.
What did I do exactly?
With Snapshot from Progressive, you get a personalized discount for doing exactly what you're already doing, being a safe driver.
Congratulations. This is a bowling trophy. Yeah, it's the biggest one they had. Okay, thanks. Oh, and again.
Lowe's knows it's not just what we've got, it's who we've got. That's why we got nearly 300,000 associates that got your back. Sure, Lowe's knows the tools, materials, and tech to tackle it all. But Lowe's knows you also need the how-to crew. And the partners pros count on. Lowe's knows no matter what you're taking on, it's always easier when you got the right people, the right products, all at the right place. You got this, and we got you.
Build around the driver. No. Begin with the human. Begin with how they feel. Craft every detail. The look, the sound, the feeling. To create more than a car. To create a connection. The first ever Mazda CX-90.
Season's hit sensation.
The best.
That's how we do it, people. People are buzzing and just can't get enough.
Let's go!
Now is the time to step into the fire.
I'm here to save as many lives as possible.
Fire Country. Fridays on CBS and streaming on Paramount+.
McCormick has got to go up. And he hits another one. 2 straight down the floor. Love's going to be the one to take it. It's off. The game is over. And Kansas completes the biggest championship comeback all time.
Here's a fact. 64 teams still have dreams of winning it all this year, but who are the real contenders? We perused the record books, found out exactly what qualities a team needs to win it all and what would eliminate a team from contention. So let's start with the absolutes. We eliminate teams with losing records in conference play, so we say goodbye to West Virginia and Arkansas. That's for the starters. Now, teams that suffered 5-game losing streaks do not win championships. Creighton and Vermont. Are we okay so far?
We're really good. I mean, I like Creighton to advance. I don't know, winning the championship. I could agree with that. They won't
talking about winning the tournament.
Okay, I know,
winning it all. Gotcha.
I'm qualifying it, though, as we go.
If you lost your conference tournament opener, sorry, you have been eliminated, and that eliminates 10 more teams.
Wow. Who's gone? Let me see if I had any of these. Who is that? I can't see.
Yeah, they're all X'd out. Don't worry about it. You'll see that they ain't there at the end.
All right. I'll take your word for it.
If you were never ranked in the AP poll, you are never cutting down the nets. That eliminates 22 more teams crossed off of this list.
Okay.
Doesn't defy logic so far, right?
Not in my logic.
My grade 8 is still on the board, so I'm good.
All right. Teams seeded 9 through 16 have never won it all.
That's going to change.
And that eliminates 5 more from this list.
Wow. That's going to change because they only eliminated 5. That's going to change eventually.
All right. Teams with at least 12 losses. Teams with at least 12 losses lets us lose 3 more, and that leaves us with 20 teams that can possibly hoist the trophy.
Yep, and my grade 8 is still alive.
Well,
go ahead.
Before you put that list and start crossing, I would have taken the top row and taken my chances with any of those teams you had on the top row.
Okay. Well, 5 of them are still up there.
Yeah, I think that's a good list right there.
It's a really good list.
You take those top 5 and the Zags and Arizona and Texas and Marquette. I'm good.
Well, let's whittle a little bit more.
Okay.
If we want to narrow that list a bit more, we need to loosen the standards. 31 of the last 33 champions were a top 3 seed, so that eliminates teams seeded 4 or higher.
Wow.
Good with that?
Okay.
Yeah, let me see what we... Yeah.
All right. So now that leaves us with 10 teams with a chance to win the national championship. Does that make your decision-making process easier?
No, because I've got everybody here. I've got Alabama, Houston. No, I'm sorry, Alabama, Xavier, Gonzaga, and Purdue in my Final 4 on the bracket I did. So we'll see what happens. That's what I said on Selection Sunday. I'm holding to that.
I heard a stat.
And you just kind of validated it with some of this jargon you just laid on us.
I heard a stat that was pretty difficult. University of Houston winning it in Houston. I think last time that's happened was like 30.
No, 72.
1972. But I'm still taking Houston. That doesn't mean anything because you don't know those teams got to play in their hometown, so that doesn't mean anything.
We have to go, but I'm sure this conversation is going to continue after we say goodbye to you guys. Second half is coming up. But right now, let's go to our special contributor, Lily, so she can tell us why Madness loves company.
Madness loves company. But what else loves company?
This year, AT&T 5G is reminding fans that Madness loves company.
You know who else loves company? Me. Because I got 2 new partners, and we finished...
Each?
Others?
Pinata.
Together.
Sentences. Cannonballs.
Thoughts?
The number 10.
So it's settled. Some things are better together. Like Jeff, Anthony, and me.
Porcupine.
Madness loves company. Connect with AT&T 5G.
When you look into your future, do you see a life full of obstacles or possibilities?
In the process of changing the world, the Army transformed the lives of the millions within its ranks and the character of this country.
If you see obstacles ahead of you, take a closer look at this force that's been overcoming them for almost 250 years. Where you can draw strength from those beside you and make your history.
Buying a home? Rocket Mortgage will cover 1% of your rate for the first year at no cost to you, saving you hundreds, even thousands with Inflation Buster. That's more road trips, more spa days, more of what you love. Plus, if rates drop within 3 years of your home purchase, you get exclusive savings when you refinance with Rate Drop Advantage. That's more cash in your pocket. Save when you buy today and refinance tomorrow. Don't miss these big savings. Visit inflationbuster.com.
I got a heart like a truck. It's been drugged through the mud.
Ram owners have heart for being fearless, determined,
NCAA and its member schools offer nearly 500,000 college athletes a path to go pro in something other than sports. Learn more at ncaa.org.
This telecast is copyrighted by the NCAA for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or any picture, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the NCAA consent is prohibited.
We're back in Birmingham, where we all have heavy hearts. It has been an honor to sit by the side of Pat McGrath for over 30 years, including just last weekend in Chicago. If there was a Hall of Fame for statisticians, he would be a first ballot founding member. Pat passed away unexpectedly Monday. Our hearts are broken. Pat McGrath, what a friend to hundreds in our industry. Loved by everyone. Incredible man. And we are going to miss you, Pat, more than words can say.
This isn't just overtime. It's overtime at Buffalo Wild Wings. So fill your beers, have a Blazer challenge for dessert, lose your voice rooting for a 15-seed you've never heard of before today, and get 6 free boneless wings from B-Dubs when the March Madness game goes into overtime and you check in the order with Blazer rewards. The sports gods have spoken, and we've answered the call. So wipe the sauce off your bracket. We ain't done yet.
If you're making a to-do list today, make it easy on yourself. Just write down Reese's, then write down eat them. And then you're kind of done for the day.
Corner booths, sticky floors, catching rides and second winds. You never forget the way some things taste. Great taste, 96 calories. Tastes like Miller time.
To ask you all to face this threat, but I need you. Engage!
Talk about a slam dunk.
Your morning routine just got better.
CBS Mornings.
For over 30 years, I've been helping Florida homeowners keep their homes comfortable at a price they can afford. Keep your AC running all summer with our $89.95 tune-up. Or if you need a new air conditioner, Strata provides an entire system for as low as $79.95 per month. Is your AC not cooling? You ought to call Strata.
Mater Brothers Furniture announces their $15 million inventory sell-off. So we've made the decision to slash prices on all surplus inventory for immediate sell-off. Now's your chance to save up to 80% on the famous brands that you know and trust.
Score big this month with Hyundai of Fort Myers buckets of savings. Get new Tucsons for just $279 a month.
Hyundai of Fort Myers is your favorite place to buy. Beep, beep.
For over 30 years, I've been helping Florida homeowners keep their homes comfortable at a price they can afford. Right now, we're offering a complete AC tune-up for just $89.95. If you need to replace your system, Strata has 0% financing for up to 36 months. Is your AC not cooling? You ought to call Strata.
Coverage of the NCAA Men's Basketball Tournament is sponsored by Buffalo Wild Wings, the official sports bar of March Madness. Intuit TurboTax. Dove Men. Hydration for healthier, smoother skin. And by Miller Lite. Great taste. 96 calories.
Well, let's take a look at the U.S. Army first half stats. And you see the Terrapins ended up shooting 55% from the field. Everything changed when Bell went to the bench with 3 fouls.
They really did. Maryland found their rhythm. They started passing and moving, just finding their confidence wrapped on the offensive bench.
7 minutes is all he played, but you're right. Aggressive on that ball screen. Difference maker for this team.
Yeah, Maryland now getting paint touches, but the ball moving around the perimeter, finding the open man, and knocking him down with confidence from downtown. And, of course, Hart, once again, with that quick release. A little buddy ball right here. This is a great action offensively. Get that defense to shift, be unselfish, and finish with strength for the 3-and-1 opportunity.
Well, Bell, there he is. He's going to start the second half. West Virginia was up +9 when he was in the game, and he went out. We're down 11 in that stretch without him. So 3-point field goals, missed the first 3, hit 3 of the last 5. But it's the Mountaineers with the first look at the offensive end of the floor to start this 8-9 game second half.
They have to do a better job getting it inside. That's not a good look here. Mitchell may have gotten fouled.
Let's go over to Tracy.
Well, thanks, Jim. Fouls certainly a concern for West Virginia in that first half. But Bob Huggins said it to me bluntly. He said they just need to make shots. And I asked him about getting Eric Stevenson more involved. He said he's got to stop running in circles, calling for the ball, and actually do what he's supposed to do.
I can't believe he said something bluntly, though.
Stevenson working it again. Fadeaway doesn't drop this time, but it's last touched by Maryland.
And you see that extra play there, extra hustle by Bell, almost an over the back call, but Bell has to stay on the floor. His value is so important on both ends for the Mountaineers.
Stevenson's the only guy that hunts his shots, though, Grant. He's got to be persistent, I think. They get something in here, it'll be nice up and up. What a block by Reese.
Mitchell worked hard to get that shot off.
Scott may be underneath with that foul.
I like that. Get into the paint, post up, take advantage of your length inside, and pressure on that Maryland defense. On fouls, get to the line and get your defense set up if you're West Virginia.
First foul on Scott, so that will put Mitchell at the line for a couple. 2 years at UMass. Last year, as you mentioned earlier, Graham played at Texas.
A big addition to this team, and curious to see what they do now, Grant. West Virginia, that is, against this matchup zone. They got to come up with some more wrinkles. I keep saying the foul line is open. I think ball move, dribble drive, create 2, playing 1, mix it up a little.
1 of 2.
Again, a little stagger away from the ball screen, maybe a late one.
He was young. They were on him. That whole first half forcing 4 turnovers.
Nice roll here. To Reese, and it does drop. I love the deployment. Got Bell moving. Wasn't in the mix defensively. And then when he shoots, Matthews, let's hope he's okay. Take a hit.
Trying to get through this screen here on Reese and banged his left shoulders on the ground right there.
Look at Bell caught in Neverland, though. Should I play hard? Coach doesn't want him to get it open, Lord, much less a 3. And
he's in pain.
He's really struggling.
That left shoulder he's in agony.
Oh, boy.
So hard to defend that dribble handoff. Bell getting through.
Coach wants me to go over the top, too, as he recoils. Hopefully a stinger. It's a little more serious. Would you agree?
I agree.
So he'll be replaced by Toussaint. He did have earlier this year a shoulder injury, Matthews. So Reese now, the backs get dropped. And now he's got a chance to put Maryland up 4. You might be wondering, was that an illegal screen? I want to summon Gene Steratore in on this. Gene, what did you see there?
Yeah, I think it is an illegal screen. I think Reese is, his feet are outside that frame. He's wide on his stance, and he's really not set, Jim, when that contact occurs. Nothing flagrant, but I think an illegal screen could have been called and should have been on the play.
That was a big no call because it led to a 3-point play. The other end, down and out. It goes for Johnson. That's Toussaint. He is so quick with those hands.
He is.
It'll stay for the Mountaineers.
You're right. West Virginia getting through those screens, not going under, fighting through right there. Toussaint really did it.
Getting back to Reese, though, when you set a screen, you're usually outside the shoulders naturally. You don't squeeze them in.
I don't know what Gene is talking about.
Well, I'm surprised he's up this early for that. Well, he is right. I'm not arguing that. But I just find it interesting when you do set a screen, you're running to it. You don't squeeze your feet together. You're outside the expanse. There's another one.
Speaking of screens,
this one's a much more legal, I would think.
The officials are summoning. They've not made a call. I haven't seen any signal yet. So
Maybe-
no signal.
Maybe the request. Well,
They're going now. I wonder if they're calling possibly a legal screen. Maybe they're reviewing the previous screen that Gene
going
reviewed.
back to it. Yeah.
Not sure.
He said inside the building they're going to review an illegal screen. If it was. Now, we don't know which screen they're talking to. I would assume it's the most recent one right here.
They do a good job of rescreening. This is the second one.
That would be rescreened right there.
Yeah.
How often do you see a screen being reviewed? Go to the monitor. Not that often.
Not often.
Unless it's super flagrant. They're looking here also at what Dante Scott did.
A little
over here.
Right elbow there on that screen. Kind of let that go.
Yeah.
Gene, we didn't have any
I
idea we'd
think
be
you
back
guys
to you
got
this
it.
soon.
Yeah, exactly, Jim. But I do think you're right. I think it is on the inbound with Scott 24, and there's a little bit of a flipper with the elbow. But to me, there's nothing there that rises to flagrant. If you look at the right arm, and that angle kind of doesn't show a bunch, but he also doesn't really send out that flipper and kind of deliver a blow with the elbow. You can see Ron Gruber stop the play on the top just to make sure that there's nothing there that would rise to the level, I think, in a preventative fashion right now. When you've got a lot of screens like this and you have a lot of activity, when heads are involved, or a lot of contact there, which is legal, they're going to make sure that these things are clean, and also letting the players and coaches know, look, we're focusing on those elements now, so keep those things clean and within the rules.
Good. I'm saying, for once, I agree with Gene right there. It was a little love tap. I don't think there's anything.
Nothing there. Do you agree, Gene?
I mean, that was almost innocuous. Looked like just a rank and file screen.
Are we going to get to the point where we're
totally
shoes,
agree,
Gene?
Yeah, listen, I'm just so happy we're in the first game and Grant's agreeing with me already. I think we've got it's going to be a great tournament, fellas.
Hey,
I'm
Gene, it's
excited
early.
now.
It's early, Gene.
Exactly.
So they've explained it to the coaches, but they haven't made their way over here yet. No flagrant, they're saying, not even a foul.
Just going to say that Tucson asked the officials, not the coach, to take a look at that.
Okay. So Maryland inbound, up 4.
They are really running some great screens right now to get a look like that.
Whoa. Look at that. Donald Carey.
I like that. Get the ball into the post, a little double pin down on the weak side, and Carey, who's in foul trouble there, knocking it down.
6.1.
He's made a difference with this team late. Really struggled, bumps in the road, shooting the ball, but boy, bringing it now.
Maryland's largest lead, and count the basket.
That's Carey, I think, if I'm not mistaken. A little dribble drive, nobody communicated.
Best Coke ever? Taste. Take a taste. See for yourself. So Kedrian Johnson has had some nice drives to the bucket and hit a three.
And Maryland really absent defensively there. They had to clear out. Nobody jammed it up. Nobody helped on the dribble drive.
And by the way, that was on Carey, his third.
Number 0, Kedrian Johnson.
He's been putting up a lot of points here lately. He comes to the end of the season for the tournament. And he's really stepped up his offensive game. We already mentioned how for the season he was up, but as of late, he's come up with some big outbursts.
Best playing his best all of the year.
And after all these recent looks and calls, Maryland's got to make sure they stand still on screens and pin downs.
An extra step in there.
Just I believe on the help.
Let's go over to Tracy.
Thanks to West Virginia athletic trainer Randy Metter telling me it is a stinger to Emmett Matthews' left shoulder. He had some balm rubbed on it. He took some pain medication. We'll see if he can play through it, Jim.
Right, well, you had that one diagnosed accurately, a stinger. Raph, wow,
It was a shot.
second foul on Toussaint.
Says, I'll take it. What a nice play, too, to get that little screen across. Hart uses bumps beautifully.
Toussaint gives it up on the blocks to Mitchell. Trying to back in. Now double. Goes outside with it.
Nice cover by Young, too, on the weak side.
Johnson goes under and it drops.
And Raph, that young man has a burst. One dribble in the paint, absorbing the contact, great concentration. Didn't use the glass on that play right there, but man, his ability to turn the corner and get to the rim, back-to-back possessions, and really slicing and dicing on the interior of that Maryland defense.
He's got 15 for the game. This is what the coach says to you: stay in front of him. But coach,
I'm trying.
Blew by. Puts me.
Brings it to a 1-point margin.
I think Maryland maybe to try to go at Jimmy Bell, get his fourth foul.
Reese is not that kind of player, but I would agree with you too. Give him a little post up maybe. Ooh, there's another bump.
Call that on Bell. I think Bell might have pushed Reese into the defender.
That's a big one. His fourth.
Even that, I think it's just pretty much a play on from my seat.
I think you're right. Although
there is a touch. Look.
Yeah, no, that, as you would say, a nickel dimer.
You know what's interesting? And the NBA does this. You can get right up on a guy on the ball screen now. When we were younger, you had to have a step. You almost have to go back to that, I think.
Well, Raph, that was a long time ago when you were younger.
Yeah.
Basketball has evolved.
Nasty.
So Bell out of the game. Okonkwo comes in for him. Bell's only been able to be on the floor for 10 minutes with Martinez off on the three. There's Okonkwo came into the game.
Reese, I think, with the reach in, huh?
Not the shot that Maryland wants. Martinez with a step back three.
No.
Although he shot the ball from deep well this year.
But 43%.
14 fouls now on Maryland in this half. And there's Johnson going to bring it up. He's had back-to-back. One of the baskets plus ones.
The sort of three-guard lineup for West Virginia is giving problems to Maryland. Johnson
steps back this time. He's got a chance for the 4-point play.
How about this kid? And by the way, no Stevenson either. When you think of it, I don't think Bob was really happy with his shot selection. But how about this kid? A couple of bumps early with some fouls, but selling it as well on the follow-through and a potential.
That's a
4-pointer.
Yeah, personal 9-0 run.
And Raph, with his ability to turn the corner like he can, you have to give him space. But now he's mixing and matching with the step-back three.
And one of my notes is he's the key guy. Generally, you say Stevenson, but this kid, to me, he's the one running the show, getting them organized.
Hey, they were down 38-31, the Mountaineers, and he alone has gone on a 9-0 run over the last. One out of 4 for Buffalo.
He's going to go. He's going to go. No question about it.
That time it's just off Maryland. He's going for another M1.
He was, and he almost had one.
Sunday on CBS, catch 2 new exciting episodes of The Equalizer and East New York with Queen Latifah, Amanda Warren, Jimmy Smits, and Richard Kind. All start Sunday, 8/7 Central, after 60 minutes on CBS.
Kedrian's so good at drawing fouls.
Some of those guys that can turn the corner, as you noted earlier. Again, this matchup, nice cut.
Seth Wilson on the floor now. He decides to take it. Oh, wow, he's been waiting for that.
How about Seth? 40% though, Jim. 30. That's his 34-3.
Toussaint hits the floor, recovers quickly. Young Again, fighting for it's not there. Nor is that one, but it's going to stay with the Terps.
And I'll tell you, Bob Huggins at halftime told his team to ramp it up on the defensive end, causing all kinds of confusion. And Seth Wilson with the sidestep three-pointer, everything going West Virginia's way.
Come to TurboTax and don't do your taxes. Meet with an expert who will do them for you, so you can do not taxes. Intuit TurboTax, 100% expert guaranteed.
We got a flat tire. We pull over, it's super dark. We were able to reach out to our family members, let them know that we were safe. The network came through.
#1 in J.D. Power Awards for network quality 30 times in a row. Does your phone run on Verizon?
Dove Men invited dermatologists to test new advanced care body washes that start solving skin issues in the shower.
It's a very great way to control your breakouts.
For my clients with dry skin, I would absolutely recommend this product.
New Dove Men advanced care body washes.
Hydration dropping. Rapid rehydration initiated. Unlock specialized blend of 5 electrolytes.
Rapid rehydration to get you back on your game. Gatorlyte, now available in powder and Gatorlyte Zero Sugar.
Crab walk? Again? Let's try something different.
The first ever GMC Hummer EV SUV. It's one electrifying SUV.
Back in New York with this tournament update over on True TV. Furman in the tournament for the first time since 1980. They were down double digits to Virginia, but Jalen Slauson cuts it to 1. However, the Hoos respond. Reese Beekman and Virginia taking a 5-point lead into the half as we go back to Jim Rapp, Grant Tracy.
Thank you, Adam. And that action down in Orlando. The winner of that one. Feisty effort by Furman so far. The Paladins will take on San Diego State or Charleston Saturday.
Frank Selby comes to mind.
Oh,
how about that one?
100-point game?
Yeah. And then he played with the Lakers.
Yeah.
Played with your buddy.
Hot Rod.
Yeah.
That's a great way of getting Hot Rod into the West Virginia broadcast.
As it should be.
Yeah, just a West Virginia legend.
Tell the story about when they honored him at West Virginia.
Oh, Huggy, we were talking about this yesterday. It was on a CBS game against Ohio State. He was 75 years old. And he went out at halftime and he hit a hook shot. Hadn't taken a shot in 10 years. Huggy told his team at halftime, there's a 75-year-old guy out there just hit a hook shot from 15 feet. You guys can't do anything. Here's Gary. And they came back and won the game. He credited Hot Rod. He was a long-time CBS announcer, too, you know.
Sure, NBA.
Yeah. Yep. But he played with Frank Selby. But back to your point, Furman's in the tournament this year. Played with Selby at Minneapolis Lakers. 100-point output again. There is again the man of the hour, Kedrian Johnson.
Going under. You don't go under on that kid.
Looking like Hot Rod out there.
No kid. 16-0 run by the Mountaineers. 13 of the 16 by Johnson.
Nice find.
Need it. Got it.
And that was all heart. You gotta have some heart. Nice delivery right in the pocket.
Gary hits the corner three.
That's the one dangerous area that Bob Huggins was concerned about. Really kick out of that lane. This is all freelance now as individuals. Make it a one-on-one here in the lane.
Lost it. Young comes away with it.
Numbers.
And 3-on-2. Slides it outside for another three. Ooh, that great look changed a lot of momentum with consecutive threes.
Nice find by Young.
West Virginia with Toussaint and Johnson in the lineup at the same time has really worked.
Yeah, absolutely. 2-point guard mentality. A little small change by Young.
Young, that's his third.
Guys, they have called a lot of fouls on these ball screens you've seen tonight. Excuse me, today.
You think it's an adjustment from the regular season?
I think
referee-wise and players,
especially just coming from the Big Ten tournament last week.
The jolt, hip shot, wide of the mark, and away with it is Scott.
A great look too.
Game of runs.
Passing cut. Now they're doing the back end. See if you get some help. And then kick back. Nice denial.
That was tapped out by Wilson. Foul story is mounting. We got Bell on the bench with 4. Johnson stays on the floor with 3, lighting it up. But you got 3 Maryland players with 3. That's the first on Wilson a moment ago.
And without Bell, it's not as tenacious defensive. Young, nice crawl, a little slap away, and they got it.
Toussaint's going to have his third.
And to your point, Bell did a great job of getting out on that screen and roll at the top. And a little drop coverage there by Okonkwo. Young able to attack and draw that foul.
He got a cheap one on that ball screen. That hurt.
Young will inbound it.
And no Matthews either, Jim. He hasn't really seen the floor. That must be more serious than we think. Nice trap offense. Good call.
That's what they do. Trap in the corner. In the corner there, you got to be alert.
17 fouls on Maryland.
Look at Toussaint. Look like a defensive lineman getting past Dante there, and then able to draw that offensive foul. Jameer Young, 4 fouls right now. So both teams are being impacted by the officiating.
2-1. They used it again. A little nice hustle play. This has been
Great play right
the
there.
first half.
It was Carey who saved it. Tremendous play by Carey. Hustle play.
A nice little exchange, a little yo-yo high-low to Carey.
Carey with the high dribble has it nearly taken away. Hart turns around. He did travel.
I think he had happy feet outside, too.
Well, Toussaint and Johnson are just everywhere defensively. As soon as you put the ball on the ground, they are swarming, forcing and creating that turnover.
Now this keeps Johnson out of the game a little bit in a little while, too, this 2-2-1. I wouldn't let him get it back if I'm Hart.
You said earlier, Stevenson's been on the bench for quite some time for West Virginia.
I don't think he liked the way he was playing.
You credit West Virginia playing well without him.
Mitchell for the elbow. Knocked down. Good analysis individually.
Bob Huggins will like that. As you see Stevenson trying to cheer on his teammates. So margin is 8.
Some of the best offense for Maryland this half has been isoing Hart, letting him create the double team.
Got that nice hook in that
You saw it coming, and Reese delivers it.
Take that right shoulder away from him. See if he's got a counter.
Back to Johnson.
This gives them a little pep in their step, this 2-2-1 for some reason. Mitchell wants it at this elbow this time.
Under 12. Next whistle will go to the benches as West Virginia has recovered after a bad stretch late in the first half. 3 to shoot. Mitchell just in time.
settle. Into the paint using that left hand.
His timing was impeccable. And away from the ball, there's a whistle. Okonkwo. Yes, we're underway in Birmingham. March Madness these days. You know, some crazy things happen. Maybe we got a few in store at the buzzer today here.
You've earned this, so hold it up high. You clock in for happy hours, late nights, regulars. Because you don't just carry cash, you carry the night. You are a fighter. This is your reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter.
Newest thing from Pizza Hut isn't pizza at all. It's cheesy, so crispy, loaded with toppings, and just $6.99. Enough for two, price for one. New Pizza Hut melts, just $6.99.
Hey, what are you doing?
Watching March Madness.
With AT&T 5G?
Yep. Do you want to jump up?
Can I? Okay.
Oh, hey, welcome.
What's the score?
You guys comfy?
Oh, you're like a couch. But you're Steven Adams.
Even better than a couch.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Yes! Madness loves company. Connect with AT&T 5G.
So you're 45. That's the perfect age to see some old friends, explore new worlds, and to start screening for colon cancer. Yep, with colon cancer rising in adults under 50, the American Cancer Society recommends starting to screen earlier, at age 45. I'm Cologuard, a non-invasive way to screen at home on your schedule, and I find 92% of colon cancers. I'm for people 45 plus at average risk for colon cancer, not high risk. False positive and negative results may occur. Ask your provider if Cologuard is right for you.
When you look into your future, do you see a life full of obstacles or possibilities? In the process of changing the world, the Army transformed the lives of the millions within its ranks and the character of this country. If you see obstacles ahead of you, take a closer look at this force that's been overcoming them for almost 250 years. Where you can draw strength from those beside you and make your history.
Build around the driver. No. Begin with the human. Begin with how they feel. Craft every detail. The look, the sound, the feeling. To create more than a car. To create a connection. The first ever Mazda CX-90.
Everything you need to see her doing sports and culture. Scan the QR code now and don't miss another moment. Let's take a look at the tournament summary, and this is the third meeting in the NCAA tournament between these two schools, and the second time they've met here in Birmingham. Last time it was '84 in this building. Lefty, and the names of the past like Lenny Bias for Maryland.
Keith Gatlin, the point guard, Jeff Baxter. This is back when I was falling in love with college basketball. And right now, Kevin Willard hoping for a repeat performance if this team can get their act together here in the second half. Almost a repeat of the first half. West Virginia came out with a good start. Maryland figured it out. Let's see if they can figure it out now.
Guards have played well. How did that romance go with basketball?
It went pretty well. It went pretty well, you know.
But you're right.
And it's ongoing.
It's still going.
Still in love. Well, we're not going to see 102 points by either team in this game.
Nice look at him. Going to his hand. You got to jump on that hand. Nice little set coming out of the timeout.
Yeah, Kevin Willard had that one set up, and
look at this. And that's the deal. Coming this way, set him up on that elbow. Take advantage of that big southpaw delivery.
That's number 4 on Okonkwo. So look who comes back. Bell with his pour. This time they were able to play well without him, unlike the first half when Bell went out.
Can he be as aggressive? That's the thing now. He was was so involved at the defensive end.
Well, he was so good trapping screen and roll, but also anchoring the defense inside.
Got it. 3-point play by Juju Reese. Reese with 12 points, a team high, on 4 out of 5 field goals. And the two guys that play in the middle for West Virginia, both with 4 fouls. Lead is down to 5.
Forced them to use a lot of clock.
Toussaint's on opening.
Two, and boy, good collapse defensively.
Maryland was waiting on him. Now Scott.
An ISO totally. You got to stay at home and contain the bounce.
Reese just got an and one.
Rosie can go on him.
Yeah.
Goes the foul, right?
They'll have to back off.
Well, with this pressure, I think if Gary Williams, obviously, national title, and the little pressure defense, just to rattle him. I think it's really been annoying, but this is just power. Nice pump fake, the bite. Bell. As the bell tolls with that power move.
We got another player with 4 fouls. That's Martinez of Maryland. So 2 on each side. Right up against the limit. And it's going to be a 1-and-1 coming up for Toussaint. Willard will send back into the lineup Donald Carey for Martinez, out with the 4.
No, I'm not arguing with the fouls, because I think they've been fouls. But do you think they're a little more discerning in tournament time? I mean, the ability to advance, obviously, you're critiqued.
And it hurts both of these teams. They play so hard and extra effort and physicality on that end of the floor. So hence maybe why a lot of calls being fouled.
Mountaineers miss on the front end. Coming in big time with Scott.
Smart.
And there you go. That's going to be it.
You're right.
And there was a
smart round, right?
Great awareness, understanding Bell has 5. Go right at him chest to chest. Bell tries to wall him up. Maybe take a charge in that situation or attempt to, but he had bad intentions right there. Dante Scott, and Bell so important. Now be sitting down.
Fouls out playing only 11 minutes.
To your point, experience prevailed on that particular play. He got himself in shape, Scott, to play this game, and he really has done a wonderful job all year long, games I've watched.
Took that to the hole, like back home in Philadelphia.
West Philly, he said.
You don't want shoot jumpers there. You got to take it to the rim.
Bell, originally from Saginaw, Michigan, played at St. Louis, transferred to West Virginia, and just couldn't stay on the floor today. So I got 2 shots coming for Dante Scott. You were mentioning earlier how Willard wanted him to shed about 25 pounds. So one thing he did early in the year, they were telling us, is he had him wear a 25-pound vest in practice. Now take that off, he said. How much better do you feel now? That's what we need to do.
Is that the way you feel working with us?
Albatross feels more like a
100-pound vest.
100. Couple 100.
You know, the Bell's a Moberly guy. Richmond's alma mater. Moberly Junior.
Terps have cut it down to 1.
Somebody was studying last night.
Last 7 to the Terps. They've definitely gotten a little bit more aggressive at this end. A little extra bounce.
I like this move here at that elbow. Ooh, got to protect the ball. Ooh, that was a carry.
Yes, it was.
Scott who forced that takeaway. Comes back to Hart, who right now is able to return it. Long has the handle. Now back to Hart.
Nice denial. That's so clever. Mitchell with a nice read on the high side, but watch this now, Grant.
Great hands there by Scott and then Hart.
Allen Iverson's not playing, but goodness. Typical AI.
Bring your luggage, Karen.
No tipping, please.
I think it's on Mitchell.
A double.
Double tech. Yeah. Like Mitchell and Hart were chirping at one another.
Ryan Hoover's all business. Looks like our get-together last night.
10 to shoot. Maryland trying to come back and regain the lead.
Again, I thought that may have been a carry, but he gets to the rim.
Reese fighting for it. But Hart's in the right place.
You said it best. Maryland has turned up the intensity on both ends right now. West Virginia going through a drought on the offensive end. Seem to find a way to score it all, Jim.
Yeah, lack of bodies, too.
And Stevenson continues to sit.
Yeah,
barely been present in the second half.
Puzzling. Maryland on the floor. He got 7 points against Texas this year. Not a whole lot of minutes.
Rita shoot. Toussaint looks up. Dishes. Great move to get it off. And then put back by Toussaint. Right in the battle of the trees.
And so much good on that play. First of all, the hesitation on the screen and roll. He froze the defender. Great pass. And then the little guy on the offensive glass clearing out room and getting an and one opportunity here, Coach.
Boy, he's got some strength. He moved Reese 5 feet. You're right. You got some pipes, baby.
Scott called for the foul. This is an amazing effort by Sumnick to get the shot off. And here comes Stevenson at last. Let's go to Tracy.
You guys talking about Stevenson sitting for so long as we see him back out there. You remember that Bob Huggins told me at halftime he wasn't playing well. He was frustrated with the way he was playing. This has happened several times throughout the season where they just let him stay on the bench for a while, watch, and then get him in there for the stretch run. But I will tell you, he was involved on the bench and during those timeouts, even though he was not on the floor.
Yeah, you saw him cheering on his teammates. He played all 20 minutes in the first half, and he'll be fresh here for the last 8:44.
Gotta ride Reese. Excuse me.
They came to West Virginia to be coached hard. What's going to happen with Huggins?
I like this move. Nice defense, though.
That's tie up, and it's going to stay at this end. Oh, what Toussaint just did at the other end was the 4th and 1 of this half by West Virginia.
It's amazing, really. Well, you know, his drive got him in position to get the offensive rebound. He dumped it off.
In West Virginia, they draw 21 fouls per game, second most in the nation. So that is how they play, guys.
Scott's got to be careful discarding with the arms. They're going to get him inside either one of them.
Hart. Stevenson hits the floor. Pass. Nothing there. Not with it is Toussaint.
Too many people congested.
Mitchell on the wing. Front of the rim.
Nice rebound. Almost. Sumnick.
And Sumnick just couldn't get both hands on it. Off balance. Maryland comes back down 2.
I would like Scott to be involved on this end now.
Long. Outside with it. Hart spins. He's open. He ties it.
How about that drive? And drop to the 10. Hart. Big time maneuver.
One Coke Zero Sugar.
Thank you. Jordan Poole is the best stealer ever.
No. Muggsy Bogues is the best ever. Take it.
Huh. Dawn Staley, true pickpocket.
Dawn Staley, best ever.
She's no Tanika catching 5-time Defensive Player of the Year. Hey, Tamika. Hey, thank you. Should we just order 2?
Again? It's probably gonna take us a while to move this sign.
Better hurry. Get Welcome Unlimited for just $25 a line. It's guaranteed for 3 years.
You get a great network and save money doing it.
This offer won't last long. Only on Verizon.
Those aren't just any wings. Yeah, they're lemon pepper classic wings from Wingstop. One of 12 bold flavors that'll make your taste buds wonder, what have they been doing all this time? Order 20 wings with the full court meal at wingstop.com.
The enemy is everywhere, and you must trust the plan.
Trust is a dangerous game.
We dare you to watch a new Survivor Wednesday at 8/7 Central on CBS.
Don't just sleep. Sleep deeply. Don't just live. Live boldly. Don't just exist. Dream naturally. Prana sleep. Sleep deeply. Live boldly.
We were ready to move on from Renton, but we weren't sure where to start.
It was all new to us, but financing with Lake Michigan Credit Union really helped put all the pieces in place.
It was easy to work with our LMCU loan officer online. It helped us figure out what our monthly payments would be and what types of homes we should look for.
We don't have to worry about rent rising, and we're building our own equity, not our landlords. I'm Morgan.
And I'm Dayton, and we love banking here.
Well, it's quite an opening act. We've had so far 7 ties and 8 lead changes. Look at the offensive rebounds for West Virginia. Big +8 there. And that last play going to the break with a free throw still to come. Here you go.
It's all about deployment. No Reese on the floor. All of a sudden, the ability to put it on the deck. Johnson does a really nice job of never regaining that spot, but a nice little drop step finish. Ability to finish at the rim, and we've seen him make threes as well, Grant. This kid's a solid performer.
He really is the X factor, the guy who can get it done. Honorable mention, all Big Ten. Great credit to Maryland. Like we said, in that first half, they struggled, figured things out. They struggled early here in the second half, and now have momentum on their side.
11 points for the game, right on his average for the season, but he's got a chance here for the and one. This is the third of the half for Maryland. Chance to take the lead.
You mentioned about Seth Lundy. Because went to school, same high school.
Talented school right there.
Yeah. Lundy, part of Penn State. We saw him make it all the way to the Big Ten tournament final this last Sunday. Outside this time for the hottest player on the floor in this half. And that's going to go back to Maryland.
Sendek really works hard. There, they didn't really, they just stayed in position on the zone.
And not
just
great
matched up.
And not great offense. Maryland finding their flow right now on the offensive end. You got to run something better than that in West Virginia.
Looking for help to Scott. Carey.
Brilliant. Please don't leave way short. I know he missed it, but don't leave him. And Johnson, a little tardy on the cover.
He lost him because he got crossed over.
Yeah.
It's a nice move. Just a horrible shot there by Carey.
As we mentioned, Rick Pitino, how about Ralph Willard being the dad? So successful in Western Kentucky, up at Holy Cross, what a long run he had. It's in the genes.
Of course, Kevin Willard with 12 years at Seton Hall, where he was on the Bill Raftery sponsored bench.
I left a lot of set offenses for him. That's why he was successful. He threw him out.
Taken away by Hart. Stevenson's there to try to guard it. Hart puts it up. Oh, what a shot with his back turn.
What an adjustment.
No foul. Stevenson races up ahead, trying to get back quickly. And it doesn't fall. Sumnick with the putback.
He works this kid.
He's been playing well.
Mentioned his game against Texas where he did a good job.
More out of Green Bay, Wisconsin.
I made a couple of twos, but this is just terrific adjustment. Gracious, huh?
About that shot.
I think he felt he was going to get fouled.
So Patrick Sumnick to shoot a couple.
1 for 5 from the free throw line this year. There you go.
Oh, good.
Watch CBS Sports HQ for free 24/7 coverage of the big dance and all the biggest moments in sports. Catch tournament highlights, picks, previews, recaps, much more. Just download the CBS Sports app and watch today. That stroke looks pretty good.
It sure does. Now, they're not a pressing team. although known as West Virginia a few years ago. Bartley was the mainstay in that backcourt. Bruce McBride, another one playing with the Knicks now.
West Virginia with 14 points off the bench.
A nice job, somebody getting them away, Scott from the box.
Scott working on something. Just hit the 2 free throws.
With that base footwork, though.
3 seconds, he's standing here.
Launch. Nothing there. Tied at 56. Mitchell thought about it.
You get Mitchell back on that elbow when they go this matchup.
Keith Johnson maybe trying to take advantage of the bigger Scott on him.
He wanted it down here because he had heart.
Stevenson. Get it goes. That's a 3. He can get it going.
Turn me loose, coach.
Can't double team off of the best shooter on the floor for West Virginia.
Right in front of his coach. Let me show you, coach, what you've been missing this half. His first points of the half, Rap.
Unbelievable. Kicking out as Grant said, get those puppies organized. Big time Mountaineer. Thanks.
That rocking chair would look great in our new house.
Oh, a new house, eh? Well, you should definitely see how Geico could help you save on homeowners insurance.
Nice tip. I'll give you $2 for the chair.
2? That's a Victorian antique.
All right. How much for the recliner, then?
Wait. How did that get out here? That is definitely not for sale.
Is this a yard sale?
If it's in the yard, then it's for sale.
Here we go.
Geico. It's easy to switch and save on homeowners and renters insurance.
Lowe's knows it's not just what we've got, it's who we've got. That's why we got nearly 300,000 associates that got your back. Sure, Lowe's knows the tools, materials, and tech to tackle it all. But Lowe's knows you also need the how-to crew. And the partners pros count on. Lowe's knows no matter what you're taking on, it's always easier when you got the right people, the right products, all at the right place. You got this, and we got you.
There's a new breed of hornet sweeping the nation.
They're so powerful and fast and unlike anything I've ever seen in my hometown life.
These hornets are not natural. They're engineered. They cannot be domesticated.
Are you picking this up?
Let me feel your sting!
Taking the country by swarm. The all-new Dodge Hornet.
What a perfect day to boost your FICO score with your rent.
Mine went up, I'm happy to say.
And it's thanks to Experian.
Now rent can boost your FICO score. Go to Experian.com or get the app now.
Businesses nationwide are switching to Verizon Business Internet.
It's a perfect fit for my small business.
Verizon has business internet solutions nationwide.
For our not-so-small business, too.
Get internet that keeps your business ready for anything. From Verizon.
Buying a home? Rocket Mortgage will cover 1% of your rate for the first year at no cost to you, saving you hundreds, even thousands with Inflation Buster. That's more road trips, more spa days, more of what you love. Plus, if rates drop within 3 years of your home purchase, you get exclusive savings when you refinance with Rate Drop Advantage. That's more cash in your pocket. Save when you buy today and refinance tomorrow. Don't miss these big savings. Visit inflationbuster.com.
Watch whip-around coverage of all men's games on your computer, phone, tablet, or streaming device with Fast Break, presented by AT&T 5G and the March Madness Live app. Scan the QR code now to download. And now thrilling drives presented by Nissan with Akeem Hart.
Right here, active hands in transition. It's a good press. But how about this finish right here? Fantastic play. Akeem Hart showing some heart, some talent.
Tough kid. Good career. Open shooter. I think he wanted to get fouled. That's why he developed that kind of a release at the rim. But at some point, I think Merle's going to have to go man-to-man straight up. They're giving up some looks, as we saw the knockdown by Stevenson earlier.
Back into the game for Maryland. Been sitting for a while. Jameer Young, starting point guard.
And Reese as well, Jen. See, they right away cross screen to get him the ball.
The smaller Mitchell on him. Can't get it to him.
Just correct hand pass. Would have had it.
Scott can tie it. Look at the inside position. Good ball. Reese had the putback from just a foot away.
And how about Toussaint with that defense?
He's a tough kid.
They have him listed at 6 feet. I don't know about that.
Stevenson under the cylinder. Whips it back outside for a reset.
Looks like straight man here this trip.
Toussaint.
Another 5, Jim.
He's the guy they know can figure out a way to shoot it. Stevenson.
He likes those situations.
We saw him practice yesterday in practice. All these countdown for me. I want to try a buzzer beater. Made it most of the time. Outside from the wing. And that ties it.
How about that good look right to the spot, too. Dante delivering.
And when you pick it, when you double team the screen and roller, they like to pick and pop. No rotation, and Dante can make you pay.
Dante Scott. He wrote a book once, Wired Differently, My School Journey. Trying to add another chapter to his career if they can figure out a way to win this game and play the winner of Alabama, Texas A&M Corpus Christi on Saturday. Here's Stevenson, fade away.
Shot to the little curl. Sometimes you got to pass it up, make the extra look.
Double up on Young. Double up. He's in trouble. Traps it once. Sumnick taps it. Look at all this. Comes back.
And look at this.
Easy basket. After all that.
Oh, being in the right spot. And how about Reese with the find?
And Maryland takes the lead on a crazy helter-skelter play. We'll give the Maryland grad SVP a little something to put on the highlight reel late tonight.
Well, how about this one? Describe this baby. Keep it alive. Tip. Almost like a volleyball. But what about Reese's Pieces? Ellie gonna find it. That rim and tough break one way. Fortuitous the other. Maryland on time.
When you see Wendy's Square Hamburger, you know you're getting the best. That's why Reggie Miller is celebrating our every move.
Boom, baby! There's the beef! You ain't getting this next door.
Reggie says celebrating Wendy's hamburgers is a team effort.
Look at that.
And he's right. So,
Catherine.
In the building.
Sorry, Reg.
You like it.
When you want the best hamburger,
Where's the beef?
choose wisely. Choose Wendy's Dave's Single.
Luxury exemplified. Innovation electrified. With Apple Music seamlessly integrated. The all-new, all-electric EQS SUV from Mercedes-Benz. See your dealer for exceptional offers on Mercedes-Benz electric vehicles.
Corner booths, sticky floors, catching rides and second winds. You never forget the way some things taste. Great taste, 96 calories. Tastes like Miller time.
The chicken or the egg? The question isn't which came first. It's which comes with peanut butter. Duh.
Come on, ref, that's a foul.
Jay? Jay's back?
Give me a timeout. Now huddle up.
I call the timeouts.
Didn't expect to see me so soon, huh? Well, I invest in a fund that fuels innovation, like next-gen video conferencing. And when I saw your defense in the first half, I had to step in.
Anyone can become an agent of innovation with Invesco QQQ, a fund that gives you access to NASDAQ 100 innovations.
Coach, what are you doing? This thing goes fast.
Before investing, carefully read and consider fund investment objectives, risk, charges, expenses, and more in prospectus at Invesco.com.
I was born here, I'm from here, and I'm never leaving here. I'm a New York hotel. Yeah, I'm tall. 563 feet, 2 inches. I'm on top of the world. I'm looking for someone who needs a weekend in the city, who likes being in the middle of it all. You hungry? I know a place, and a few others nearby. It's the city that never sleeps. But hey, if you need a last-minute spot, I got you covered.
In 3 weeks, CBS returns to Augusta National Golf Club, and a tradition unlike any other. The Masters coming in April to CBS. Meantime, Grant Hill at the 18th for birdie. He got it. There's your champion.
Oh, man. I'll tell you, the pressure with
Stroke
Jim
looked
Nance.
good.
The pressure with Jim Nance.
Oh, come on. There's none.
On the call right there. Oh, man.
3.5 to go. Raph, this has been some game we've just been saying throughout. It's going to come down to that last minute. It sure looks like it.
Nip and tuck. Again, back to the matchup. I like Mitchell at the elbow. Oh, goodness, this kid. I don't know.
More time on the clock right there, Raph.
Is that what you want?
Not at all. And you see Huggins talking about drive that attack.
What you were doing right there just got all kinds of attention. Look at this. and they were hushed.
I didn't want to give up my seat. You know? I saw Arnie play his last couple of holes at the Masters the last year.
Yeah.
Very reminiscent of Arnie's game.
I happened to see that too.
I
came up the 18th.
Did you have a good seat?
Yeah, I had a pretty good seat for that one.
You have the best seat, always.
It's been a blessing. The stroke looks good, man.
But this kid, are you talking about Reese's or? That's gotten better too.
It has been.
He line drives it just a little bit. Big upside in this kid's college game and future.
There's a great family of basketball players as well, too. His sister. Yeah.
Angel, she was at Maryland. Played there last year and transferred to LSU.
And she's a double-double machine.
Second one doesn't go, so still one possession game as we approach 3 minutes.
Got to get better shots. You need Toussaint to do some damage with the dribble. Mitchell. Johnson has been quiet of late. And Stevens has just only take a good shot or a drive.
Stevenson driving. Cleans it off the glass.
I thought that was actually a good offensive play right there.
Look at this blow by.
There's the tip. Jameer Reese delivers it after Jameer drives and sets it all up.
There's no foul right here. They're
just a great play, Randy. Young at heart, using that right hand.
No look.
How about that? Look away. Freeze the tee. Big fella. Moving large at the tip.
8-0 run by Maryland to lead by 5.
Shot selection's been a dilemma.
And there's Reese again. He is coming up so big.
And you got Stevenson, I think, on the reach in. How about Reese taking over right now? That was an aggressive rebound. Fought off. But Jameer Young. We started saying forever young. Goodness.
Well, that's what you do against that pressure. You attack it. Make them pay. And Reese showing his value, his activity, and number one thing, he's been able to play and stay out of foul trouble, which has been his Achilles heel much this season.
2 the rest of the way, 10-team fouls. So Reese, this Maryland team is down 8 in this half. Now, it's at 5. Let's revisit our keys to the game presented by Great Clips. There you go, fellas.
He plays well. They're a different team. Turnovers up. Just attacking the rim. But right now, nobody on the line for Maryland, knowing he's not the best free throw shooter. I'm sure they don't want to go over the top. It's something you could anticipate if you're Maryland.
He's missed 3 straight at the line here in the last 30 seconds. Meanwhile, Johnson was so huge early in the half, has had only 1 field goal attempt and no points in the last 12 minutes. That changes right there.
Good call, Jim.
Right on cue. Not only no points, but really wasn't involved right there. But only bright spot offensively in the second half for West Virginia.
Two minutes to go.
Enemy side. Reese unavailable.
Now with under 10. Young.
Tough shot. And Reese keeps it alive.
gets a little breather. Came up short on that last jumper, and there's a reach-in call. There'll be 2 free throws coming. Mitchell is the culprit.
And unnecessary, too. When you just take the sideline, you got a perfect back with attack with Stevenson.
As you said it best, don't want to foul. They're in the bonus, 30 feet from the basket. But once again, Maryland, no one on the line. Obviously, Jameer Young, a better free throw shooter.
82, pretty good. John Cheney used to do that all the time. He didn't want anybody going over the top. What a year this kid has had.
No kidding.
Wants to continue, obviously. Solid play.
And again, his case was the case with so many. Wanted to join up with Kevin Willard to make a run to an NCAA tournament.
A phenomenal year for Maryland and this guy.
Leads back to 5 with 1:30 to go.
They're trying to corral it at top. Let him turn the corner, Johnson.
Johnson, who has 25. There's Stevenson. That rattles.
Nice rebound.
From behind by Reese.
Oh, goodness. Good play on the glass.
Reese right here, obviously lost position inside, but just a beautiful block without fouling.
Stays with West Virginia.
Stevenson taking it out on the baseline. Now it's on the sideline. During the course of the year, he actually threw it off a defender's back. It was called a violation. He had to actually be on the floor.
Having a hard time getting it in. Back Matthews, who sat for so much with a stinger.
Downhill.
Reach in call. It's going to be 2 at the line. Both teams in the bonus.
Reese was that, I think.
It's Reese, his 3rd.
West Virginia unorganized really just this whole half, unable to get into any kind of sets or offensive flow or any kind of rhythm whatsoever. This defense, Maryland, elite.
82% free throw shooter.
Chris Matthews part of it too, you know, part of their rotation as a starter. Most of this half. Good to see him back out there, though.
Timeout called by the Mountaineers, leaving them with 1 more free throw to come, and just 1:09 seconds left.
Whether someone is across the neighborhood, across the street, or across the room, you have the power to make them feel right at home. Ritz, a taste of welcome.
Corner booths, sticky floors, catching rides and second winds. You never forget the way some things taste. Great taste, 96 calories. Tastes like Miller Time.
Well, the Mountaineers, they have fought back a number of times this season, including starting their conference campaign 0-5. 0-5, and Huggy got this team turned around, kept the team together. They get some late wins against Iowa State and Kansas State that got them off the bubble.
7-11 in that league after that kind of a tough start.
They were excited about getting out of the league. To be able to come to the tournament, not have to face another one of the conference foes. 1 more free throw to come.
Again, they don't extend the floor. You may see some man pressure.
Yeah, be careful extending the floor if they do, because Young was able to,
turn them up, speed them up.
Got them both.
1 possession game here.
I would keep Young out of the game now. Johnson's got it. Don't let him get a touch.
Into Scott. Doubled up.
Boy, good deployment here.
They got numbers.
They had the Young.
Smart.
Take his time with it. Under a minute. Johnson eyeing him.
This is Scott, or maybe a drive draw kick for Hart.
Young slipped all the way in.
Too deep without anything. They may go look at it.
Yeah, I think he might have definitely slipped or tripped over his own foot there. I didn't think there was a foul, and I didn't see a deflection.
I thought he threw it out.
I thought he threw it out, exactly.
And right here, just a little too deep without anything in mind. I think he turned it over.
I think that's West Virginia's ball.
Some people in the stand signaling they thought he traveled as well. That's a question of who touched it last. That's what they're reviewing.
Took great discipline there by Johnson to not foul, and as well, he reached in a little bit.
I think he threw it out.
Yeah, it looked like he.
Yeah, I don't think he walked either.
He was trying to pass it. Maybe
he leaves his feet.
Yeah, I see that too.
Goes right by. I think that's pretty easy. Me was the guy underneath that it whizzed by.
Well, that's a critical call with 47 seconds to go.
It is.
They're studying it.
Check.
Back and forth they go. Another angle right here. Did it touch the shoulder?
It's hard to say from that angle. No, it didn't.
No.
Looked like it touched the right shoulder from that angle, Jim.
Nope, I don't believe so at all.
I think it's West Virginia ball. His right hand's the last one that touched it, I thought.
You didn't see the ball change once it hit the shoulder.
Gene, you see anything there?
You know what? I've searched all the angles, and I know the officials here, Jim. I do not see anything of West Virginia touching that off the angles there. This is a time, though, with this, you know, the level of this call naturally in the decision, these officials will stay there to look at every angle that they possibly can get before they leave it. Everything that I've seen from great angles by our camera, I don't think on that play that Johnson makes contact with the basketball and Young is following through last to touch. I was also looking at 15 Maryland to see if that left hand made contact as the ball kind of floats through all of these players, but I didn't see contact there either. And in my opinion, the last to touch was Maryland on the play.
Well, they are deliberating, Gene.
They're going to rewind it one more time.
And Gene is right. Time and score, understanding the importance of this call. They've got to get it right.
Gene, in this case, would they ask the third man in to take a look as well? I mean, normally,
you know,
that's
Ref,
the procedure.
they may. Yeah, they will if they're both looking and have kind of differing views and will listen to each other. And then you kind of bring in the third, right? I mean, you want to make sure. But at this point, this is more of let's just spin this as slow as we can and make sure that, you know, as we get to this day of technology and high def, like any fingertip, any brushing of the ball, it's too big of a play to not take this amount of time. Even though at times it gets frustrating, you want to get this one right, guys.
Again, the call on the floor is Maryland ball.
And the other side, Gene, it didn't look like it hit the defender.
His question being raised, did it actually touch a strand of Johnson's hair? We're being told. And here they come with the review.
Is Maryland ball out of bounds? We don't have enough from our angle and the replays we've seen to overturn that call with irrefutable evidence. So we're staying Maryland ball.
They say not enough evidence, not indisputable evidence, so they're going to go with the call on the floor. 8 seconds to shoot for the Terrapins.
One-on-one here, ISO. Puts it up. Look at the hustle by Scott, though. Big play.
2 West Virginia players are right there, and he was the one who got there. Timeout called.
How about that hustle? Thank God he got rid of that weighted vest. Speed to the ball.
I'm your overly competitive brother. Check. Psych. And I'm about to steal this game from you, just like I stole Kelly Carter in high school, huh?
You got no game. Dude, that's a foul.
And now you're ready to settle a score. Game over. And if you don't have the right home insurance coverage, well, you can end up paying for all this yourself. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem. Yeah, like me.
Thanks, bro.
Take a lap, rookie.
Real mature.
Two Mountaineers could have taken this ball off the floor, but it was the shooter who got it back for Maryland.
You got the sense on the shot he knew it was off, and just extra hustle right there. Desire. Mitchell Sumnick right there had an opportunity to get the ball. Extra effort, winning plays. Dante Scott getting it done.
His 8th rebound. He got 17 seconds to shoot, 38 seconds on the game clock. Maryland inbounding, leading by 3.
Nice hit and follow. Oh, had the jumper too.
Young spins.
Steps.
Yes, he did. Turn it over again.
Good defense there by Sumnick. Mismatch, able to slide his feet, not foul. Forced that turnover by Young.
A really good position, you're right. He's forcing that issue, being in the right spot. Okonkwo.
Well, does West Virginia has plenty of time not to have to force a 3. They've only made 1 tray in this half.
I would go right to the rim.
Maryland, watch Stevenson.
Don't fool around.
Johnson with under 20.
Scott knows this kid wants the opportunity.
Here's Mitchell. On the blocks. Reese is on him. Left hand. He got it.
Great patience.
Seconds to go.
You got the last timeout.
8.4 and timeout called by the Mountaineers.
They might have used too much clock, guys.
Yeah, they did. Number 8.
You know why people are always looking at their phones? They're thinking with Bank of America. See cousin Jimmy over there? His girlfriend just caught the bouquet, so he might need a little more help saving for that engagement ring. The groom's parents, who think they're looking at photos of their handsome boy, they're not. She just saw how much they spent on ballroom dance classes. Won't be needing those anymore.
Digital tools so impressive, you just can't stop banking. What would you like the power to do?
Maryland leads by 1, about to inbound, and West Virginia out of timeouts. Now, strategy here.
Well, I think the big thing for Maryland is who's taking it out, who's stepping to the basketball. Ideally, you'd like to get it to your best free throw shooter, which would be Young, no question about it. But conversely, West Virginia, big on the ball.
I think big on the ball and a quick trap. If you can't get that quick traffic, you have to foul right away.
Stretch the game out as best you can.
And be aggressive on that trap. Try to get a steal on that first trap opportunity if you're West Virginia.
Yeah, obviously, no Reese on the floor because of that reason. Hart, Carey, guys who can make some Hart's an 81% free throw shooter.
Billion as a big, 73%.
Yeah. Carey at 86, so any of those guys you want to touch the ball.
It's Art to inbound with 8.4 seconds to go.
They're going to double.
Yeah, no one on the ball right now for West Virginia.
Looking to inbound, looking. Takes his time with it. It's Young, doubled up in the corner, doubled up, time ticking. Finally, a foul call with 4.2 seconds.
Got to do it right away if we don't have it.
And that's why I said be aggressive with your trap trying to steal. He could just hold the ball like he did.
Violate the so there's a reach in early. The foul comes a little bit later, maybe 2 seconds later.
Good job by Young moving the ball so they can't get to it. Smart play.
Remember, West Virginia out of timeout, so they can't set anything up. As Young will go to the line to shoot 2. So they're going to have to try to figure something out quickly off a make or a miss. Get that ball into the front court as close as they can, as quickly as possible.
Well, Maryland, I put somebody on the line just to
harass a little bit.
Yeah.
They haven't been doing it all late in the half. And what a guy to have on the free throw line right now.
West Virginia out of timeouts, but they're the beneficiaries of the fact the officials are looking to see if they need to add some time on the clock.
A free timeout for Bob Huggins here.
Two changes it.
Yeah, well, they added a half a second. That's big. I mean, when you're desperate times and your length of the court, that will help.
And right here, I thought they were going to give it right back.
When the arm goes up, that's when they're supposed to stop it. Okay.
And nice job blocking that pivot foot, too.
So they've got one Maryland player in the box down there, and that's Carey. But here we go. Game 1 coming down to the wire. First of 2 for Young. And it's a 2-point lead.
Now, I would take him off the line. just in case. The temptation of going over the top. They're going to keep. Kevin
They back him off. Yeah, back off.
They got to stay up here too.
It's going to be a wild dash here. In the middle of the second. Here it goes.
A chance.
Margin is 2. Pedri and Johnson for the victory. Oh, wow. The angle looked good from here. But Maryland survives. The Terrapins take it. 67-65. Down by 13 after the first 10 minutes. Down by 8 midway through the second half. Maryland advances to the second round by a whisker.
Well, you don't want them to get down to that floor that quickly, but goodness, did they dodge one there.
Got the ball to the hands of the young man who kept them in the game in the second half. And a little short, but what a game.
And really, Young, with a good defensive pressure, made him slide just a little bit to his left to impact that delivery.
Pedri and Johnson scored 27 points. He was trying to get his 30-point game. But, of course, his primary concern was to try to hit the buzzer beater to give his team the victory. And Maryland moves on to round 2. And Saturday will take on the winner of the next one on this floor. Between the overall #1 seed of the tournament, Alabama, and the Islanders of Texas A&M Corpus Christi, winners in Dayton in the first 4 on Tuesday night. Man, the swings that we had in this game, guys.
Oh, incredible.
Over to you, Trace.
Well, thanks a lot, Coach. We talked at halftime. You talked about the runs, withstanding them. What is it about this team that gave them the ability to be able to do that here and then close it out down the stretch?
Yeah, it's funny, you know, playing on the road in the Big Ten's hard, and we've gotten down, you know, we got down by 12 at Purdue, we got down 8 at Michigan State. And if you can come back in those atmospheres against those teams, I just kept telling our guys, like, hey, man, we've done it in the Big Ten. We know we can do it here. And they just kept paused. We made some big shots. Give Coach Huggins credit. I mean, his teams are great.
Thanks a lot. Good luck.
Thank you so much.
Well, tournament games continue live now on True TV, TNT, and TBS. Texas A&M Corpus Christi versus Alabama is coming up on CBS. We're going to send you to our studio for Capital One Tournament Central. After these messages, Maryland advances in a nail biter in Birmingham.
Oh, that spin class was brutal. I bet. Hey, can I use Apple CarPlay to put some music on? Sure. It's wireless. What's your Buick's Wi-Fi password? It's Buick Envision. That's a really tight spot. I used to hate parallel parking. Me too.
The Buick Envision, built around you, all of you. Get 3.9